Welcome into the Cam Strick Podcast, episode number 149, baby. I just smashed my finger. It's the same arm as my elbow. Like my right side of my body is very, very hurt right now.
Well, you're a war hero, man. I mean, you've done a lot, and we're all praying for you, Andy, with that. And it's tough because it's the same arm, so it's like using. I feel bad. You got 3 kids, you got a lovely wife. You got to drive with one arm. You got to chop wood with one arm. You're doing your own oil change with one arm. I feel bad for you. I do.
You know what I realized? And listen, I just smashed my finger. I'm sitting here on my desk. It's a very expensive chair.
Yeah, still doing it though.
Camel hair colored chair in my office with wheels on it. It's very, very expensive, very comfortable too. But I was rolling on my chair and my finger just got smashed underneath my desk. So
yeah, you still gonna do the pod? Are we okay? You still gonna do the pod?
I'm gonna try to still do it. You know what I just did, Cam?
What?
I've had a great day already. I just got done doing a cameo. People are reaching out for cameos, man, and I absolutely.
How many have you done so far, Andy?
We've done several.
Like I could look that up in 2 seconds.
Well, I'd like to get your feedback.
Did you do 5 minutes like I do?
No, I did about 2.5. How's that?
That's good.
2.5.
Yeah, but it's hard to ramble, man. Like I go around the house and I just do shit, and then all of a sudden the dogs will do something, and I'll go to them, and you just go, and people just love it because they put it. I gotta do a hard one where adoption's taking place, and the new daddy adopted a daughter, and so I gotta have to like get all my notes down with it. They're pretty tough, but man, once I like this to do it. And just kind of cruise around. Once I'm hitting that 3-minute mark, like there's always like you kind of slow down a little bit. So something needs to happen, and you just got to be creative, man. But people love it because they put it. They show a lot of people, right? You could put it on your TV, I guess, Andy, or you could send it to people, and they can all gather around and they look at it together and stuff like that. So it's cool.
I haven't heard that. I don't know if that's really the way.
Well, maybe not with you, but
I mean, you put it on the TV. What are you talking about?
Yeah. So if you give out like you do a cameo for somebody, they could click it to their TV and put it on their TV so the whole family could watch.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can do that. Sure. You can do that with anything.
And that's what I just said. You can do that. And you go, whoa. I go, yeah, you could do that.
I thought you meant like, you're watching it at the same time. It's like simultaneous.
No.
Like you're watching them watch it for the first time.
Oh, no, I'm not going to do that. But there is but so anyway, it's not just for like, it's like you give announcements for families and shit, man. They all gather together. Yes.
Cam, you're talking to someone who's done lots and lots of cameos.
With one arm.
You know what the problem is, though?
Oh, you all right? You all right?
If I can get a little ice.
Fuck. Don't scare me, man.
Ice.
Yeah, a long ways to go here. I don't want you getting hurt here.
Swollen. Very swollen. But I could use some ice. But I did the cameo outside because I wanted to get the historic tree in the background and kind of show some other stuff that's happened. And Blay, I mean, he just takes a dump like right on video, dude.
Yeah, that's right
on video. What are you gonna do? I mean, like it's anything goes out here. You know that.
Yeah, and you're in the crazy part of the world, eh? Like you're way out you're 7 miles from the city, Andy. You are 7 miles from the city.
No, I'm not.
You ain't in any, like you're not even in the suburbs. You're a city boy, but you're acting like you're in Nottingham Forest with like fucking Robin Hood, and they're all gathered around that big ass tree there from the 1100s. And it's just not the case. You're fooling cats.
No. First off, I don't live in this city. I did live in the city for a long time, and I'm proud to say that I lived in the city. I loved living in the city. Like deep down, I am a city boy deep down. I've got a lot of country elements to.
It's lovely down there.
Well, I mean,
lovely.
Well, a lot of big cities are.
You're talking about St. Louis, though. Well, a lot of big cities are nice. St. Louis downtown is not nice. We don't need to get into it, but it's not.
People in Chicago live in the city.
Yeah, Chicago's pretty fucked up right now, too, to be honest with you. But the city downtown in Chicago is nice. Like you could do 7 Mile, but there's still crimes getting up there, too, man. People getting robbed. There's a fucking nasty story.
There's crime everywhere. I don't know what you're talking. I mean, you think there's like a city that doesn't have crime? Like name one.
I never said that, Andy. But the point is, crime is worse in other places than other places. Like, for instance, where you live compared to where I live, there's still crime here. Maybe a kid's going to be like, I'm going to egg his house. But, it's still crime. But where you live, like, guys are breaking in with guns and shit. So it's like there's a difference. There's crime everywhere, but there's some worse than others. And St. Louis is top 5 in the fucking nation, if not in the world, especially North County per capita.
Okay. And North County is not in the city, just so you know.
It's all congruent right there, dude. It's all there, homeboy.
Oh, congruent. Is that your word of the day? Is that your word of the day today?
I don't even know if that makes sense, but I'm telling you.
Isn't that like a math term?
I have no idea.
If it's
idea. Ninth grade education, Andy.
Bigger than 90 degrees or smaller than that. Doesn't it make
that's
it
obtuse?
Congruent?
No, that's obtuse and something else.
I know.
What is that? Yeah.
You're like, listen, real quick before we move on. Like cities in general are beautiful and you can hang out in the city and you shouldn't be scared to hang out in the city. Now, if you want to go right or left, like into the projects or into the deep neighborhoods, I'm sure it gets a little sketchy.
Here's the difference.
People shouldn't be scared to go into the city limits. I mean, where I am right now, like I'm not 7 miles from downtown. I'm probably like 20 miles from downtown.
You think you're 20 right there?
Well, it's 20 minutes.
You're 20 miles from downtown? I don't know. I think you're way closer than that.
No.
But you know what? I don't want people to be scared to go to the city, but you still have to be aware. You have to be aware of your surroundings, man, especially if you're coming out and your wife's with you at night and your crew. Like, no, you got to be aware. And you got to watch Washington Avenue. I mean, there's bad places, dude, and they're actually getting worse and worse and worse. And like, I don't mean to be a downer. I'm just a realist, man. I've lived here my whole fucking life. I've done weird shit downtown, and I've been scared to death. And it's gotten worse, and it's very unfortunate. But you can't just be like, don't worry about it. I'm like, well, no, you should.
Hey,
just don't let it ruin your night.
You just got to be smart. Time of day, where you're going, know your surroundings, be around people, and I think you're going to be okay. I'm a big proponent of people going into the city. Don't be scared to go down to a Cardinal game or a Blues game
100%.
Or whatever. And like the St. Louis Zoo is, just close to the city limits, right there on the border of the city limits.
Nice area right there. It's not
Union Station, their area. There's a lot of different places you can go. Well, no, I mean they do a lot of great events down there, man. I mean the McLaughlin family, not to get too local, who has renovated that place and spent millions and millions and millions of dollars in St. Louis, man. These are great people who are trying to do their best to renovate
100%
the city of St. Louis to make it like a place where people want to like go hang out.
I know, and then the MLS stadium is going to help out too. They need more security down there and everything. Here's the difference with St. Louis: is like the crime is close to the city, where in a lot of other places, like Chicago, necessarily it's more on the west side. Whatever the case is, like downtown, you're still okay, but every city's different. Don't ever not go downtown to support one of these, the Cardinals, the Blues, the MLS team. Don't. You just got to be aware that don't put yourself in a jam and you have your car parked way the fuck out of the way and you and the wife go out to eat and your car's still there and all of a sudden 2 o'clock in the morning you're walking back there and it's shady and you just got to be aware, man, because they're there and they're looking, especially for like you and your girl walking like count your money real quick. Let's see what's up. Like let's get this little fuck. And you ain't gonna do nothing about it. But it's just got to be aware.
I would be able to handle myself. I mean, because the adrenaline.
Not with one arm.
You know how like that mom, like when the car falls on top of their kid and they just find the strength to lift the car.
I know what you mean. Nope,
so
your crazy strength.
Yes, I would find that.
Sure. But the point is, I get what you're saying with that. And that's happened all the time. Remember back in the day, there was this like, there was a show that's on it. And I remember one time this helicopter came down and fell down in a crash and this guy lifted it up. Sometimes you get psycho crazy and you do abnormal things.
That never happened.
Yeah. Okay, fine. It did.
It'd be cool if it did, didn't it? Somebody lifted up a helicopter.
It was in water. I mean, it was in water. So the leverage.
You can have a lot of adrenaline. I don't know if you can lift up the helicopter. What happens, Cam, when the car? I've seen cars like fall into water, like rivers, lakes, whatever. Like, can you survive in the car? Yeah, can you survive in the car when you go into the water?
Or if you're Ted Kennedy and you're a fucking and you're cruising around in the 60s, way out in Mythes Vineyard, and you hit that, you're with that girl, and you go down, you fucking fall. He escaped that in Chappaquiddick back in the day, and he leaves, and he's still a senator for like 80 years afterwards. But that girl is trapped there, and he's such a pussy that he didn't fucking save her. But it depends, man. If you knock the window out, that water's coming in, you got to get her ass out of there. But he abandoned the car back in the day, and he let this poor girl drown. And they knew that she was still alive because there were scratch marks on the roof. And Ted Kennedy's like, and he goes like, oh, I'm a Kennedy. and he's still a fucking senator for like. And he just died in like 2000. What?
But when you're in the water, like you can't open the door, right? Like the water pressure, you can't open it. Can you roll the window down?
I think you break it, man. I think you just fucking break that out. You get that big rush of water coming in, and you just try to navigate yourself. You're probably going to cut yourself because you're not going to be able to break everything, but you navigate yourself. But you better break that window before it goes under, because it's a lot harder, probably, I would say. But, man, if you're underwater in a car, dude, you're in a jam, man. You got to do anything you can to get out. God, why are we talking about this? Fucking horrible.
Well, I saw a video of that. Did you see the video the other day? That badass world-class surfer who saved that woman out of the ocean.
Oh, what'd he do? See, I love this kind of shit.
Well, oh yeah, she was
sharks involved.
I didn't see any sharks.
Right,
I didn't see any sharks. They have shark spray. I know you have like the bear spray and stuff like that. Like,
I'll send you a bottle and go swim with some. It's great.
Okay, so
no, there's no shark. No, you gotta punch them in their nose, dude. That's what I read.
Okay, so
pop
she's
them right
like,
in their fucking nose.
So she's like in the water and like waving her arms, and people are like on the shore, like swim this way, swim this way.
Yeah. Against the current.
It was like an old school like Tarzan movie or something like that. All of a sudden, this dude is like,
are they in the jungle, Andy?
Basically, he's like chilling out in the jungle with his girl, like sitting down, like, you know, having like a peach or something. Maybe he's having like a piece of fruit, just chilling out, having lunch. And all of a sudden, it's like he hears people screaming to save this poor woman who's like stuck in the middle of the ocean. The waves are like some of the waves are some of the bigger waves that, you know, biggest waves that I've ever seen. And I lived in Hawaii for 4 months, Cam. I've seen some very big waves.
The biggest waves are not in Hawaii, and they're not in Florida. They're in Portugal, in this place called Nazareth, and they're 100-foot waves. Look that up on YouTube. These crazy ass surfers. It's in Portugal,
but Maui has some crazy ass waves. Anyway, he's like, "Get out of the way!" He like runs like down 300 yards. It's like he heard like the voice, and he's like went into like, you know, flip the switch and went into survival mode. Like, didn't have a surfboard or anything. And just goes in, fights the riptide with his bare hands. He's like, boom, boom, and just goes in there and essentially like rescues her and brings her back to safety.
Well, dude, he's fucking awesome. And it's like, you know what? Like, if you knew what you were doing, that's what you do. But most cases, Andy, when that shit happens, guys like me and you jump in to try to save somebody, and we don't really, like, I could swim, but we're not the best, let's be honest here. And we go out there and then we get ourselves in a jam, and then we fucking die. And so, like, that does happen. But if you know what you're goddamn doing, that's what you do, man. And did he get praised for that? I hope people fucking pumped his tires up. Dude, the ocean's fucking, Andy, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a river buy. I'm one of them river buys. The ocean, I don't know enough about it. It's scary. It owns you. You have to respect the shit out of it. And it's just a little too much. I like to chill. Waist deep, although that's when shark attacks actually happen, 3 feet of water, but whatever. But you go out there. I like to be safe. I like to ride the water in. But if there's a riptide, I ain't playing that game, homie. No way.
No, I'm not doing that either. Although I am. Listen, I have become a lake person. I like, you know, my Chris Craft and whatever, CJ, who drives my boat. If I could find a
stares at your wife the whole fucking time.
If I could find a place on the lake, and I love the rivers too. But listen, some rivers, man, I mean,
scary as shit, Andy.
Those things get scary too.
We've talked about this before. All the time.
Yes.
So I like.
I've become a big fan of the lake. Now, I like the ocean too, but you just don't know what's going on underneath there near your feet and everything. I get a little nervous. I don't like these sharks. But I'm looking for some property now, Cam, on a lake. I want a lake house.
Yeah, dude.
I want a place to go to during the summer.
Well, I'll give you some options.
I keep like renting out these like Airbnbs and whatever. It's like, what's the point, man?
You spend yeah. Well, Andy, how much time do you have on a weekend? Do you realize when you get a lake house, homeboy, that you have to be motherfucking down there every damn weekend? There's always something that goes wrong. These houses are older. If you're going to Lake of the Ozarks or you're going anywhere, the houses are older. You can't afford a fucking big house, so you're going to get a fucking little house, and it's going to be from the 60s, and their pipes going to be fucked up, and there's all kinds of shit, especially in the wintertime when they freeze up and shit. You have to be down. If you leave a goddamn lollipop down at the lake house and you're gone for 2 weeks, you come back, you'll have ants and shit in your fucking house so bad, you have to be down there every weekend. You ain't got time for it, homie. You're acting cool right now. You ain't know how to drive a fucking boat.
Okay, so listen. I want to buy an Airbnb. I'm going to rent it out.
That's the story.
And I'll say, yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to buy a badass house and rent it out.
That doesn't, okay, fine. Again, you want to rent out, dude, you have to go through a system too, by the way, because these fucking psychos down there, you have to go and you pay a company, right, that you go through to rent out your house at the lake, because if you don't, you'll have dipshits, Andy, rent your place out and fucking trash it, man. I mean, nasty shit. So the point is, you can rent it out, but you have to be, dude, you think you can go do Blues games all fucking and be busy every weekend with Ty and the girls and act like you're going to go down there and fucking be in charge of a fucking lake house? You have no idea how to do anything around the house. You have no idea how to do anything with the dock. You have no fucking clue. And you're going to be that guy? You'll be spending so much money on guys down there that are on island time, and they'll rip you off so fucking bad, dude. It wouldn't even be worth it. You don't even know how to drive a boat yet, dude. Just one step at a time, homie.
They pay a deposit. So, I mean, if they mess up the house, you have the cleaning deposit. I was a landlord for a long time, dude. I know how to handle tenants. I know how to, know who to rent it out to, who not to rent it out to. They fill out an application, man. You got to make a wise decision.
I agree. It's all structured and organized. But you got to do a lot of work, or you're spending a lot of money on other dudes doing your work for you. You don't know a goddamn thing on how to fix anything down there. And you know what? Neither do I. I don't. Kate and I were thinking about getting a lake house when I was in a good spot 5-6 years ago, before kind of shit went down a little bit. And we're doing that. I'm like, I don't know enough about it. And that's how you learn. And my cousin Derek was the same way, but I didn't have the time to do it. And now I'm like, okay, if you have time and you could do your job from down there and we could chill on a dock and do that fucking podcast, Andy, we're both going to get one and we'll both help each other. And I'm telling you, after a while, you go on YouTube, honestly, and you just figure it out on your own. And you don't hire the dipshit that comes over and just rips you the fuck off when they know you don't know anything about it. So, you just got to be in a better spot, and you need more time. You need more time.
I got the time. And you know what? I got John. John's my handyman. Have I ever told you about John, the handyman?
No. Does he come over to your house when you're out of town?
I hope not. I hope not.
Oh, John. Yeah. Your wife talked about him the other day.
I don't have to worry about John. I don't have to worry about that. He's the nicest guy in the world, but he can do everything.
He's really nice.
He's a really nice guy. I've already hired him. He's got. He'll be taking care.
Is he 25 and jacked? Is he 25 and jacked?
No, he's not actually. Dude, so last night, Cam, about 9:30, I see all these flashing lights outside. I'm like, oh man, what did I do?
Another robbery.
No. Fire trucks, police cars, and they're going into my neighbor's house. You know my neighbor who grows the okra?
The curry guy?
He grows the okra. He's got the tomatoes. He's got a number of different things. He's the guy who tells me he sees the little white and black snakes that are cruising through my yard, although I haven't really seen one in a while. But he's the one who tells me, hey, don't be walking through your yard because these snakes are around. So I'm what
avoid
is
your
going
yard.
on?
Avoid your yard for those little white snakes.
Dude, this guy, he built his house too next door to me. He moved in probably 6 months before I did, something like that. He's been in there for well over a year. And I'm like, dude, are you all right? What's going on? He used his oven for the first time. He's been there for over a year, and he didn't take the plastic off of the oven, and it caught on fire inside of his house. I'm like, dude, you got to remove the plastic. You never took that off? You don't use your oven? Have you
you're eating his food? You're eating his food?
Well, you had me over once, dude. I can make some international food like crazy, though. I mean, actually, some of the food that I've made for him, he says is the best he's ever had.
Can I give you another piece of advice real quick?
Huh.
This happened to my cousin the other day, dude. Did I talk about that? What happened to him down at the lake with this fucking air fryer he had? He's chilling in the middle of the night. He's down there by himself. He's got the dogs. You're in the middle of nowhere. You call the fire department down at the lake, dude. Good luck with that. In some places, if your house burns down organically, it might be a good thing because of insurance. But he hasn't got it. He's got to get it. He put so much money and stuff into it that he needs to get it what's it called again? I'm sorry.
The equity.
Appraised again. So he's down there at 2:00 in the morning. He's fucking hungry. He's been working on a dock all goddamn day. He puts chicken wings in this little air fryer this little mini oven thing right there, like a little toaster oven, Andy. He puts them in. All of a sudden it starts smoking hardcore. He's like, what the fuck? He picks it up. It starts catching on fire. Just like that. He looks the other way. All of a sudden, boom, on fire. He's in the middle of nowhere. Fire department will take, 40 minutes to get there. Go through all those windy fuck roads. All of a sudden, his house is on fire. He picks the fucking thing up. Thing full of grease spills on his leg. He's got fucking third-degree burns all over his leg. Now the house is on fire. God. He picks it up. He throws it outside. Like, boom. It starts a little fire out there. So he puts it all out just like that. 2 seconds. And he fucking house on fire. He puts it out. His leg's all burned up. And he's like, what the? He gets in a fucking tub. He puts aloe on it. And he goes to the hospital the next day. Like, I mean, it's just crazy, man. Especially when you're down there by yourself. Shit can go down, dude. I don't mean to be that depressing, but you ain't there yet, homie. You can't even take your trash cans out.
I can handle that.
Not fucking tripping and falling on your elbow or something and complaining about it.
I'd probably have a fire extinguisher nearby. You got to have a fire extinguisher. And there's a couple things you got to have for code. You got to make sure you have that. Maybe a little water.
Put water on grease, Andy. Yeah. Put water on grease. That's cool.
Why?
Try that.
Bad to do? Is that bad to do?
Oh, my God.
No, seriously. You can't put water on a grease fire? You can't put water on a grease fire?
You better not edit. Brody, you better not edit this out. Brody, if you edit, I'll be fucking pissed.
Why? What do you do? If you have a grease fire.
You put baking soda on it. What's wrong with you?
Really? You put baking soda
on it? My God. Ty, your children are in danger. We got to talk about this. Good thing you don't eat any like grease or anything. Good thing you just eat like flowers and fucking grass, because you never dealt with grease. If you have a goddamn grease fire, you don't put it out with water, you fuck. It's like putting gas on fire. It explodes everywhere. You put baking powder. God damn, you dumb.
Baking powder?
Oh.
I don't even know if I have any of that.
Yeah, you do.
In the house right now.
Look at the cupboard. Ask your boy Ron. What's his name? He's been over.
John.
He knows where everything's at. He knows where
John knows where, and he's amazing.
So hey, John, where's that baking powder at?
We had the scare last night, but everything's okay. So listen, I'm letting people know. I mean, especially those out in Saskatchewan, wherever you are, Alberta, Northern Alberta. Hey,
they know about that.
You get that new oven. Make sure you take that plastic off before you.
Yeah, I want to go over and eat at his house. I'm sure it's really good.
Hey. What do you make out of all this controversy going on right now between Carolina and Montreal?
Shit, I thought you were going to talk about Afghanistan. I'm like, damn, all right. Yeah, I don't give a shit. Good, bring it on. Tom Dundon, go do your shit. Now, do they have an extension in place for that 6.1? Like, it's very confusing. Andy, how about you just break it down? You know more about it than me. What's your take on it? Is Bergie like, what the fuck? Or is it just like, hey, you're going to do that to me, we're going to get it back to you? Is it good for the NHL? Goddamn right, in my opinion, because people are talking about it, and it's a boring time of the year. But, Andy, I should have asked you, what the fuck do you think about it?
Okay, well, let me rephrase the question. What do you think about revenge offer sheets?
I like it.
Like, just a reminder, right? I mean, everyone knows Sebastian Aho was signed to an offer sheet by Montreal, and then Carolina matched it.
Yep.
And so Carolina now signs Kotkaniemi, former third overall pick. They
worst last name in the league, but yeah.
Well, they should have drafted Brady Tkachuk. I mean, they're still,
Oh, Jesus, Andy.
That was a mistake. And Kotkaniemi was he was a healthy scratch last year in the Stanley Cup final. I think he may have been a healthy scratch a different game or two during the course of the playoffs too. Although I kind of like him. He's got some size. He's still young, but
he's good, man.
He's not a $6 million player. So anyway, Carolina signs him to 6.1. But the way I look at it, like if you're going to do revenge, and I'm sure they like the player. I don't know if you're going to do a revenge signing. I remember when
this happened.
This happened years ago when Vancouver signed David Backes.
Yep, I remember that
to an offer sheet. 3 years, $2.5 million. I remember David was in Hawaii. I think he was like on his honeymoon or something like that. And I'm like, all right, so that's $7.5 million for a young player like that. That's a lot of money, for David Backes back then to sign that right off the bat when he's making like an entry level salary. And the Blues were pissed. I mean, John Davidson, you know how upset he can get, right? Oh, he was pissed. So they turn around and they sign a player to an offer sheet from Vancouver. And a pretty meaningless offer sheet. And, of course, Vancouver turned around and they matched the offer. And everyone's saying that Montreal will just let him go because he's not a $6 million player. And then, you're going to have to negotiate off of that number moving forward. That'll be his qualifying number. I don't really look at it that way. I mean, the reality is if Carolina gets the player or if Montreal matches and they keep the player, they can always negotiate a contract extension at some point next season where they're not operating off of that 6.1 number. He's not a $6 million player.
No.
But if you're going to get a player, if you're going to sign a player to an offer sheet, it's got to be a legitimate offer that's going to prevent the original team from keeping the player. You can't just say, hey, we're going to give him a $4.5 million deal. I mean, then they're just going to match. So you look at, cap space and all that type of stuff. You got to make it difficult for Montreal to match.
Exactly.
So this is going to be interesting to see how it plays out. My gut wants to tell me that Montreal is not in a situation where they can lose good young players. They did this a few years ago. They lost Sergachev in Tampa Bay. I mean, I don't know. It's a 1-year deal. It's not like they're signing a player to, where they're inheriting a contract where it's like a long-term contract where it's 6 or 7 years. I mean, it's 1 year, and then they can figure out what they want to do. Do they want to trade the player?
But it's going to fuck up Montreal's cap space enough to where they have to really be meticulous on how they create whatever. Right. So it's going to fuck. They're going to fuck another player over.
And they got Weber and some of these guys who are going to go on long-term injury and whatever. Yeah, so obviously it's not ideal. But it is what it is. I mean, people are like, oh, Mark Bergevin's got to be so pissed. He's like, whatever. It is what it is. They did it to Carolina. Now, what do you think of Carolina putting out those tweets in French and all that type of stuff? And then
like it.
Okay, hold on. And then having like the quote from the GM, Don Waddell, which is a little out of character for him. I mean, listen, this is all the owner, by the way.
No shit.
This is the owner 1,000%. And he's turning like Don Waddell, like the former GM of the Atlanta Thrashers, who like they kept his GM in Carolina, but everyone knows that that Tommy Dundon, he runs the show. I mean, like Svechnikov, for example, who just signed his contract extension. I mean, listen, the agent's dealing with Tom Dundon more than he is with Don Waddell. So he's making like Don Waddell like out to be like some like badass, like, hey, I'm going to show you Montreal. I'm going to give the quote the exact same way that Montreal gave it, verbatim, word for word. Is it fun? I guess so. It's a little childish though.
Yeah. So is fucking acting like a bowling pin after fucking games. Okay. It's just all childish, but sometimes it catches something like fuck Carolina. Don't give a fuck. Like no one talks about Carolina now. Like this team doesn't give a fuck. They love their fans.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch. They got cool people kind of running the show. Like Tom's cool, man. He might be a little cheap, but he's cool. He came on our shit. We like him. When you get Donnie Waddell on, you got Rod Brindamore, who's a fucking cool cat doing this. They got a cool team. They're not loud, and this is how they're loud. And you know what? Like, good. Have some drama in the NHL. Have something. Have a fun Twitter account. Instead of being like, hi, everyone, the Blues won. Or hi, this, not Turton Blues account or anything. I know all those guys are the Blues, and I love them. They're sweet to me. They've always been sweet to me. So I'm not fucking chirping them. But they don't toe the line by any means. And that's what probably Tommy Stillman wants and Dougie Armstrong. They don't need that attention. You got the cult following down here. But Carolina, go be loud.
They got to be edgy.
Thank you. Be edgy. I want Seattle Kraken. Be fucking edgy. I want your Twitter account to be edgy. I want to laugh.
Vegas is edgy.
Vegas is edgy. Be a dick.
Now that we're talking about that, but let me just say that. I think every team, especially now, I don't care if you have a cult following or not. I don't care if you have a great following.
Be a motherfucker.
If you've been around, I don't care if you're an original 6 team or not. Yeah. You got to be entertaining on your social media. Now, you should be entertaining. And you should have fun with other teams in the league and willing to kind of like, put a little heat on every once in a while and make people laugh and make people want to follow your account.
Don't be fluffy.
Not just for fluff and not just for like breaking news and whatever, but for entertainment, man. You got to be entertaining.
Entertainment's everything. It's everything. Entertainment is everything. That's what the fuck you're watching it for. Entertainment. That's everything. And you know what? Fluff don't work no more. Fluffy, it doesn't work anymore. No one gives a shit about fluffy fucking shit. What's your favorite color? I like this. Who gives a fuck? Be hardcore. Be like, ooh, that was a little weird. Like, that's what I want. Name me one person. It's like, oh, Andy, I like you guys, but I just wish you were a little bit more fluffy. I'm like, oh, fuck, okay, we'll talk about fucking, I don't know. No, they don't. They like how we are. They like how we're fucking raw. We'll call out people. We'll do this. We'll be respectful, but we're also going to be fucking edgy. No one wants fluff.
Fluffy McFlufferson.
Fluffy. Let's be fluffy now. That's what's trending. No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, you want to be a little edgy. And you know what? Edgy is entertaining. And people like that.
Just don't be... There's a balance, Andy, and we all know it. And we both balance it too, okay? Even on Twitter, like, I don't like that. There's things that you could be edgy as fuck without really turning people off. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not staunch on an opinion, man. But you can make fun of a thing that, there's just ways to do it. It's hard to explain. Mm-hmm. But if you know, you know. And I don't like to piss people off, though. I'll tell you that right now, Andy.
No,
now, some people that they don't like it, they don't like it. There's nothing you do. But if you're deliberately pissing off half your audience just to get more attention, I don't like that.
It's not just like team Twitter accounts. This goes for everything. All media. Hey, you just can't be fluffy, fluffy, fluffy.
What's your favorite color? And I like blue. Well, sometimes I like green. Maybe. Shut up. Actually, you make me mad when you do that shit. I can't take it. I cannot take it. Oh, like Mike Schilt. I'm sorry.
People don't know who that is.
He's a manager of the Card. He's probably a sweetheart. I don't care. And we're talking. He is so fucking fluffy, and like just like you said, like, golly gee, we did that. They worked their tails. Explain to me, everyone. How do you work your tail off in a baseball game? When you tell me that your team loses by 6, but they worked their tail, like how? Did they throw the ball back to the pitcher hard? What the fuck do you do in baseball to work your tail off? Run out the first, what? In hockey, you could go bust your ass and hit, boom. But in baseball, it's like, no. It's like, I have to hit the goddamn ball. They didn't hit the ball, but they worked their tail off. When? In practice that they don't have? Fuck me with this shit. Andy, who are you kidding? Don't act like you don't know.
Oh, yeah. No, he takes the fluff to a whole nother level.
Oh, jeez. Golly gee, they work their tail. What? In baseball?
I have to watch his press conferences whenever they lose because he just makes everybody feel good. Like somebody could get shelled for like 9 innings and he'll be like, that's one tough hombre.
That's the motherfucker. I'm telling you. That's like a $20 million.
He'll be like, that's a man's man right there. He's been great for us. Well, he wasn't good tonight.
Oh, fucking Berube. Can we just switch? And look, Chief kind of fucked up last year with some shit. And we all know that. Yeah. With fucking Hoffy and some of the guys. Like, he should have made a different decision about, we know. But but when he calls the guys out, dude, he does it in a badass way. Not in a too loud of a John Tortorella way, which we've talked about him a million times. But where he's like, no. He wasn't fucking good tonight, and he needs to be better. And I didn't like his energy. And you're like, oh, Jesus, okay. He doesn't beat around the butt. Like, he's just fucking. No, I love it. He's honest. He's honest, dude. There's a difference.
And that can be refreshing too, man. I like to hear the honesty, without a doubt.
There's a balance.
It sounds like, hey, listen, man, as it sits right now, Tarasenko's coming back to the Blues, baby.
Yeah,
like, what's your take on that?
To come back and walk in that locker room. What do you mean? Are you done asking?
Well, are we going to have – is this going to be a distraction? Is there going to be drama attached to this?
Nah.
Not in this market. You won't have that.
Nah. Look, I'll say it again. If I'm Vladdy, and he probably already did this, and we love Vladdy. Now, do I like his agent that much? I don't fucking know. But if they're making Vladdy, I get it. That's fine. But you better walk in that goddamn locker room and walk up to Ray Burley and beg, dude, I love you, man. I'm sorry. It's a fucking business thing. I'm sorry. I know that wasn't smooth. I know I made my mistake. That doesn't matter. But I'm sorry, and I love you, and we're going to do this until whatever happens. And if I leave, I leave. But I want to talk to you, Ray Burley. And because when you talk to Ray, you're talking to everybody.
Well, he's the trainer. For people who don't know, he's the trainer. He's
a trainer for the Blues since what, 91? Like, come on. Like, that dude's been – and everything kind of boils down to him. Not that it was his decision or anything, but I would go to the medical staff and apologize. The guys are going to be fine. You go bust your fucking ass and you're ripping fucking Vladdy shots. The boys don't give a fuck. Just don't bitch and don't be a sideshow. which he doesn't. I mean, he might bitch, but just don't be a sideshow and apologize and talk to the training staff so you guys are on the same page, and then go fucking do your fucking thing and mark up your goddamn price then, and then we'll deal with you when we deal with you.
Tarasenko may end up being, I don't know how these lines are going to look. I don't like talking about the lines, but since you have some different players, if you look at the right side, he plays the right side. If Buchnevich is going to play the right side, and you're going to give Jordan Kyrou additional ice time, and you already have David Perron there, and then you look on the left side right now, I mean, if you got Brandon Saad, and then you got Braden Shen moving over to the left so Robert Thomas can slide in and be a top six center, I don't know where Tarasenko's playing, man. This is going to be interesting. Or somebody's getting bounced down.
Well, how about just bounced? Well, that's competition, baby. Oh, yeah. Let's go, man. Let's go to fucking Cinty and Andy. We'll put our fucking glasses on. We'll sit in a glass, and we'll see who's going to beat each other out. Yeah. We'll watch the fucking practices. Now it's a competition. Let's watch the preseason games. Now we know.
I'll say this about Tarasenko, though. If he truly is still Tarasenko, if this guy's scoring 30, this is for everyone else to worry about. It's not for him to worry about.
Exactly. You want Vlad to be Vladdy again? You want to play? Go ahead. Let's go. Then I want to see that competition. I want Vladdy to get fucking competitive. Now you got people barking up your tree. Let's go. Let's see if you could do it. That's healthy, Andy. It's fucking healthy.
But this is an example, though, for all future players, man. Just be careful what you say, even if you want out, because there's no guarantee that you're going to be traded. And never assume that you're never going to walk back in that locker room again, man, because you just might. And you want to make sure when you do that, it's comfortable for you.
Earn bridges, man.
And this agent, man, I'm with you. What did I say about Kaprizov? I'm like, this is like the biggest bluff in the history of bluffs.
We both, yep.
And I was like, what, he's going to go to Russia and play for $10+ million? And now the team comes out and says that he's playing for anyone. He's playing for the Minnesota Wild. I mean, so it's like, I don't know, man.
Everybody's asking us, Andy. We do all the, TSN and, Sirius, whatever it is. They're like, what do you think? I go, Billy G don't give a fuck. That dude's been through everything.
He had the best line, Cam. They asked him about, what do you think about him potentially going back to talking about Kaprizov?
Yeah.
Well, what do you think about him potentially going back to the KHL? And he's like, I don't know. That's his choice.
It's his fucking choice.
If he wants to go play in Russia, go play in Russia.
Go ahead. Lovely out there. It's lovely. Yeah.
But I know you don't. But I know you don't.
No, you don't, motherfucker. Even Minnesota. It's cold. What does he care? Minnesota's fucking nice, man. You have people it's just your kids are going to awesome schools. Like your travel, it might be the worst in the NHL, but it's better than traveling over in Russia. Everything's better, man, and they know that.
Yeah, but
you're cooler when you play in the show than you are in Russia, and it's all a fucking game, man.
But Billy Guerin also, he's been around long enough to know, he gets it. Like Kaprizov doesn't want to be in Minnesota long term. He wants to be in a different market. He wants to be in a big market, maybe a warm weather market.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to be in Minnesota long term, so he knows he probably won't have him there long term. But he wants to lock him up as long as he possibly can. Hopefully, steal a couple of UFA years if he can. Exactly. And if he can't, then he's going to have to worry about that down the road and trade him and get something in return. But listen, at the end of the day, some of these agents, man, some agents just love drama.
They do.
I've said it several times. Some agents, more than others, love drama. There's a lot of good agents out there who negotiate deals and negotiate them relatively quickly. And GMs like working with those agents because they don't bring drama into it. To try to get an extra year, try to get an extra $100,000, whatever you're trying to get, they just don't bring the drama. So there's a lot of times for them, man. Something to be said when you have the same agent representing two different players that have a little bit of drama surrounding those players. You know what I'm saying? So
a little bit.
Now Jack Eichel, he fires his agent. His agent comes out and has that bizarre press release a few weeks ago. Agents are putting out press releases now.
It's all about them.
Just stop. It is about.
It's all about them.
It is
all about them. I think.
And now he leaves his agent. Although the agent probably is okay with it because he's like, okay, I'll still get paid for the next whatever it is, 5 years, whatever.
5 years
on Eichel's deal.
What is he getting? 3%.
So Pat Brisson takes him on. Well, you never know, man. Some of these agents, listen. There's a lot of shady shit that goes down. There's agents that'll say, yeah, I'll bring you. Hey, listen, I'll take you on and all you have to pay me is 1%, or you don't have to pay me at all, whatever. I mean, listen, there's so much shit that goes on until the next deal or whatever. But in the case of Pat Persona, he's not going to make any money on the current deal that Eichel's under. But you know what? He's going to be able to obviously handle his situation. It's probably a good move for Jack Eichel to go with a experienced guy like Pat Persona, who's got relationships around the league. Not to say
does it really make that big of a difference? So, like Jack Eichel,
I think with certain guys, maybe it does. Just in
even
terms
with
of
that
how
stature.
Well, let me say this: just in terms of how the agent is interacting with the team. Like, if it's not going anywhere with the team, you may need a new voice to come in and help settle things down. You know what I mean?
I get that. I just think in Jack Eichel's situation, like, really, an agent's going to make everything rosy.
It's not going to make him. Well, it's not going to make him.
It's either you're going to get your surgery done or you're not, right?
He's got his deal, but maybe it's gotten so bad. Maybe it's gotten personal between the agent and the Buffalo Sabres or whatever. Maybe a new voice to come in who's got some credibility, who's got some history of dealing with certain things. Maybe he's going to have a better strategy in terms of how to attack it, how to deal with it, and how to get everything to calm down, get both sides coming together. I mean, you got people tweeting yesterday, Cam, about Jack Eichel being spotted at an airport in Montreal. So, like, everyone's flipping out like he's going to be playing for the Montreal Canadiens or something. Yeah. And then
it's all right. Let the drama happen.
I know, but he's headed to, like, the BioSteel camp or something up there.
Yeah. No, the people that know, it just doesn't matter. But it's good drama. Like, he just kind of needs that, man. They really do.
A little bit. But I want to see Jack Eichel on the ice. I want to see him playing at the highest level. I want to see him, healthy when the Olympics come around and he's playing for Team USA. And this guy is, truly an elite player once again, and truly one of the best players in the NHL, representing Team USA in the Olympics. I want to see what's best for Eichel. I've always liked Eichel,
I think he listens to the pod too, by the way.
Yeah, I heard that too.
If he does, then we love him. You know how that goes.
We'll give you a shout out, Big Jack. Hey, do your thing. And I was talking to
we love you.
And Pat Persona the other day, man. We're gonna get him on too. So
yeah, get his ass on. You're right. We just need the superstars in the NHL to play and to be healthy. Yeah, and to be
I don't think we know the real story of what's going on between me and Buffalo.
I agree with that.
You never really do. So
I agree with that.
Hopefully we'll figure that out. The Olympics, though, it sounds like that's a go. I don't know. This always felt like, to me, Cam, it was almost like the Marc-Andre Fleury situation in Chicago. Like, was he ever not going to go to Chicago? Like, everyone knew that he was eventually going to go to Chicago. I never really felt like the Olympics weren't going to happen either, even though the league isn't crazy about it, and a number of owners opposed players going to the Olympics and the season being halted and pausing the season for 3 weeks. Man, that's a long time. The league doesn't really benefit. Teams don't benefit from the Olympics, so I can understand why.
Except for injuries.
I can understand why owners wouldn't want their players to go.
I agree with you on that. Now, on a different level, if you have a kid that plays for Arizona or maybe a young kid for the Blues that's not getting a ton of attention, then he goes over to the Olympics and fucking dominates. That helps you out. I mean, that helps you out. But also what happens is you go over there and you get fucking banged up. It's hardcore. You get hit and you get hurt, and all of a sudden you're like, well, one of my best players is out because of the fucking Olympics. So there's a balance to everything, Andy. But, man, to be on the big stage like that, everybody's watching the hockey games in the Winter Olympics. They are.
Dude, I love it.
Fucking badass. I love wearing that Team USA, baby. Let's go. Man. Oh, God, I wish I wore that jersey, man. I wish.
It's been talked about, like seriously talked about. And I know a number of owners for a fact that are in favor of it, of trying to find a way to move the Olympics to the summer games, like you find with the NBA. I know, like, you think ice hockey, it's automatic. It should always be in the Winter Olympics. But if we're going to send NHL players, why not have it in the summer? It's one thing for players to go during the season. I mean, you don't hear about players who say no. Anybody who's asked to go to the Olympics during the season, they all go. But all of a sudden, if you move it to the summer, and, players may think twice about it. Do I want to interrupt my off season to go to China, wherever it's going to be, to go play in the Olympics? 82-game season, fatigue, factors in, injuries factor in,
China factors in going there.
Well, it's at a different spot. You know that every 4 years. It's not always in China, but like, so you know what?
Shit, Andy, but they're going to China.
So just like a lot of these guys in the NBA, they say no, and they don't go because whatever.
Like LeBron
season. Well, he's got other projects going on and whatever. He's already been a couple of times. Maybe he doesn't want to go again, man. I get it.
Yeah, don't get that gold medal because you got Looney Tunes that was like a fucking biggest bust in the world.
Yeah, but how much he's getting paid for that?
I don't think he got paid by China. China fucking said, fuck you. I don't think he's getting paid that much money, to be honest with you. I think you're in debt off that bad boy.
For the movie?
Yeah, China didn't even fucking open it up in China after he.
Damn.
All right, so fucked up. He made money, Andy, of course.
He's got a contract. Man. If he's going to do it, dude, he's got money coming up front, regardless how it does.
Andy, I know. But it's just funny how he defends China, and China didn't even. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
No,
whatever.
I know.
I don't like the NBA. It's not fun.
You know way more about the Looney Tunes movie than I do. I mean, you been following this story or something?
No, I follow like the demographic of it. Like I don't follow Looney Tunes shit, but I follow like the politics of it and like the money aspect and shit like that in China and this that, and the other. Oh, it's confusing. But LeBron's LeBron. He's a nerd.
I can understand why some owners are like, you know what, this is bullshit, man. I don't want my guys heading over to the Olympics in the middle of the season, getting hurt. I remember years ago, I think it was the 2002 Olympics, and the Blues had just traded for Dougie Weight. I think it was his first year as a member of the Blues, man, and he got hurt in the Olympics and never recovered the rest of the season. And I'm going to say that I don't think Dougie Weight was ever the same player again. I mean, he had some good years, and obviously he got healthy again, but he really never fully became the player that he was prior to that.
Yeah, but to see Olympics, dude, you're wearing
Oh, dude, I get that.
Sweater, man. Like Canadian
all the players want to go. Don't get me wrong.
Man. If I'm a Canadian man up and I had a chance to wear that sweater in World Juniors, or the USA and man, that is just the coolest goddamn thing. And we have Clayton Keller on, and it's just like wearing that USA, dude, of all the historical aspect of all the different things that Team USA, Team Canada, Sweden, Czech, Russia. I mean, goddamn it, to wear your country's, I don't know. That to me is the coolest thing in the world.
It's even a bigger deal in Europe. I mean, it's a big deal for Canadians and Americans, don't get me wrong. But like these Russians and whatever, they live for that shit.
Right. And you better play good over there.
And I'll give you an example. I mean, you don't find a whole lot of American and Canadian superstars that go play in the World Championships, man. But those guys go over every year in Russia.
That's just that would be a fun thing to do when you're like, let's just go over there and experience something. Right?
Yeah, but that's another example where like a lot of these athletes who play in the NHL, they're like, do I want to go play in a tournament after the season, after the playoffs, whatever?
If I played, if I felt good and like I was young and I just wanted to get more experience and I wanted to just fucking go there and be a cool cat.
Yeah, you're talking about yourself. I'm just saying a lot of guys, look how many players they have to ask just to field a roster.
I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about like if I was in a situation where I'm not myself, because I would never be in that situation. But if I'm like a dude that's young and I'm really good and I feel healthy and I want to go hang out and I got money and I want to go to like Prague and play, I'm going.
A lot of guys don't.
If you don't win, you don't win. If you win, you win. It's not the Olympics, so it's not that much pressure. So it's like, fucking, hey, let's go.
A lot of guys don't. I remember Andy Murray was the head coach of Team Canada when he was coaching the Blues, and guys were saying
that must have been fun.
And he was like, well, no, he was great, dude. Andy Murray is like the type of coach you want in a 2-week tournament because he'll have that team prepared, man, and ready to go.
I get that.
And he's had a lot of success. I think he's a double IHF Hall of Famer. Andy Murray.
Is he? Yeah, I like it. I didn't mean to be like. I didn't mean that. You're right. I didn't mean to belittle him.
He's good at that. I mean, like a lot of these coaches, like some of them are better than others in a short-term tournament, whatever.
I
remember him being like, because the Olympics was like maybe the next year or the year after, and he was like, players who say no, this is going to hurt their chance of making the Olympics. And I'm like, no, it won't.
No, it won't.
Not if you're a superstar.
No,
maybe for the fringe guy, it benefits the fringe guy to go. I think every time you're asked, you should go. That's why people chirp like Ryan Smith and these guys for going all the time. I'm like, whatever, man. He loves hockey.
Until the incident happened.
Well, hey, in the senior men's league.
That motherfucker. Poor Smitty. What a good guy, too. Just like a good guy. And he gets rocked. Remember we talked about it? We had him on. We talked about the whole thing, didn't we?
Hey, before we get into a few things with Clayton Keller, have you seen the milk crate challenge?
Andy, you're dumb.
What is going on here?
Here, okay, I'll give you a couple of things on it. Some of the hospitals are already overflowed. Like, we don't need you to go in there with a broken arm because you're stupid. 2, where the fuck do you get those milk crates? Do they even exist anymore? Is there like a milk dude that comes around and is like, here's your milk for the day? Like, does that still happen? I used to use those milk crates back in the day into my basement and put like a thing that you put firewood on in a fire and you put it up there, and that would be our goalie, and you rip pucks through it. So that's kind of cool. But for you to go up there and be like 10 feet in the air and just have that thing fucking come down, and Old women are doing it and breaking their arms. Old men are doing it and breaking their arms. There's guys that do it, and another dipshit kid comes and kicks a goddamn thing underneath him, and he falls and hits his head and almost dies. But there's one cat that went up there rolling a fucking blunt, looking at the camera, rolling a blunt like that, blah, blah, da, 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 and he does it, like walks all the way down. That dude's like the biggest pimp in the neighborhood. But other than that, man, don't hurt yourself. I can't take it anymore. It's hard to watch.
So he made it up there and then walked down.
Yeah, he smoked a fatty blunt with everybody, and he was like, now he's like fucking banging broads left and right.
Is it that hard to do? I'm thinking I could probably do it.
I say you do it, Andy. I say you should do it. It'd be cool.
But how do these things become a thing? It's like all of a sudden I never heard of the milk crate challenge, and then it's going on all over the place.
How does anything become a thing, man?
I don't know.
You put something funny on the internet, and somebody falls and hurts themselves, and everyone wants to try it, and then it just blows up. What's that?
You get paid for that?
No, you don't get paid for that. Or maybe like influencers would film something and something would happen on YouTube. You know how it goes with that, but you're just hurting yourself. I don't like to hurt myself. I'm like a pussy. I already hurt myself too much. I like to like not hurt myself, Andy. I don't want to have to be in the hospital and like have to like take medication for my pain. Like I try to stay like, no, I'll watch you, but that's it.
You know, Cam, I had antibiotics for my elbow. Did you know that?
That's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I had some antibiotics. That's how serious my injury was. I needed some antibiotics.
I hope Ty's tougher than you, man. Like, I hope so. You're fucking scaring me. You're scaring me a little bit. I hope he doesn't have your genes, be honest with you, which he probably doesn't because, you know, the way he looks and all that. But I just hope he doesn't have your genes.
You think my genes?
Because if you think, you know, you want him to get into hockey and you're complaining about your fucking elbow every 2 seconds, like, I hope Ty looks at you and says, I don't want to be like that.
You think my clothes are already too small for Ty? He's like, these don't fit.
Dude, is he wearing your clothes? He can fit in your clothes already?
No.
Yeah, you can.
No.
Good for him. In a year, he will. That'd be good. I'll save you some money.
Couple of years.
He's wearing your clothes at the age of 5. Jesus, Andy. Go to the goddamn gym.
He's not wearing my clothes.
Seriously, your shoulders need to get bigger. Your neck, your shoulders, they need to get bigger. They do. You're wearing glasses like you're fucking Terminator. And your shoulders are just not there. Prop yourself up a little bit, too. See, when you walk into a room, I told you can stick your fucking shoulders out. Walk in like you're confident. God, you are confident. But your body language doesn't show it. Walk in like, what's up?
What's up? Is that how you do it?
Yeah, I don't know. I tell you what. I tell you, the alumni wanted me to get roasted. And I'm like,
why didn't you do it?
Well, 2 years ago, before Corona hit, we had like alumni meeting for the Blues, and we're like, Cam, you want to get rough? Yeah, all right, we'll do it. And that's 2.5 years ago. And we're like, and now I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I don't need that attention. I say enough dumb shit. I don't need people bashing me. I have hardcore demons that they can bring up, and it's just not worth it. And so I don't know. They kind of jumped the gun on it a little bit, and they posted it, and I'm like, I can't. Not to mention my wife's like, no, fuck. I'm like, I know, no way. So we just didn't do it. Now they're going to do Jamie Rivers.
It would have been fun if you would have done it, though, man. People would have had a field day with you.
Not doing it.
I would have roasted your ass.
I would have had you do it. I don't trust anybody else. No, it's just too much. There's just too much shit. And I don't need other people that don't know to be reminded. I don't know. It's just, I'm thinking about like, God, they could fuck me up for so much shit. And it's just not worth it. But for charity, like I'll donate the money myself for me not to get roasted. Mm-hmm. Like it's just, I don't know.
Hey, listen, hit me up on Cameo. I'll roast Cam all day long. If you want.
Yeah, go ahead.
On special right now. We got a little discount running. You want to hit me
it's
$3.
$3.
I'll roast Cam's ass for you.
I'll roast Andy's ass.
No, you get my Cameo. I'll roast Cam. All right, listen, Clayton Keller on this edition of the Cam Strick Podcast. You know, a couple nights ago, last week, Cam, we had an unbelievable event here in St. Louis, dude. Had so much fun. Matthew Tkachuk was here. Luke Cunnin.
You did a good job, I heard. You did a good job.
Trent Frederick, Clayton Keller, Logan Brown, 5 kids from St. Louis who were drafted in the first round, dude, back in 2016, which will probably never happen again, ever. I know every parent around the rink right now, like, they all believe their kid is going to be a first-round pick, and maybe we'll have some. I hope we do have some. Probably will down the road. But having 5 from one organization, one city, dude, it just doesn't happen. I don't care if we're talking Boston, Toronto, Detroit, whatever. It just doesn't happen very often.
Well, it did happen.
Certainly doesn't happen very often here in St. Louis, and it did happen. So we had a great event, man. It was sold out, huge ballroom, historic ballroom in downtown St. Louis. It was a lot of fun, man. And I was honored just to be a part of it, to help moderate it, along with Joey Vitale, dude. We had so much fun doing it. People were laughing. They had a great time. You had some kids there and whatever. But it was truly a great time. I don't think anyone knew what to expect when we got there and what was truly going to happen and what was going on. But everybody absolutely loved it. It was a lot of fun. So I'll give a shout out to the Missouri Athletic Club and Joe Vitale, man. We had a lot of fun doing it together.
And those are good kids, man. And they let loose a little bit too, Andy, a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good. Yeah. They're cool as shit. All those kids are cool, man.
Their families are cool as shit, too.
Yeah. They're all pretty down to earth, dude. Even the families, even like Walt's, everybody. Like if Walt's down to earth, no offense, but your fucking mom and dad better be down to earth, okay? If Walt and Chantel are the easiest people to talk to, then your mom and dad better be the easy people to talk to as well. Like you gotta, you learn from the big dog, man. Like that dude.
Oh yeah,
Chantel. Like just learn from him. He's just cool as shit. Talks to everybody.
Great people. Frederick's parents, unbelievable. Oh yeah. Luke Cunning's parents, like salt of the earth people, unbelievable people. And we all know Brownie and Keller comes from a great family too, man. So it was a lot of fun, dude. I'm glad St. Louis put that on. You know, like it's important to recognize those kids because what they did, like it's special.
It's freakish.
It really is. And they're all good. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all good.
I'll take them all on one team, Andy, just like you said.
Dude, I said that, man. I was like, I would like, if I was a GM, because a couple of these guys, you know, are still kind of finding their way a little bit, whatever. I mean, not everybody, you know, got the opportunities or, you know, were like NHL All-Stars right off the bat, like Matthew Tkachuk or Clayton Keller, for example. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like some of these other guys have had like grinded a little bit. And they probably could be had in trades. I mean, look at Luke Cunningham. He already has been traded. He got traded from Minnesota to Nashville, doing his thing, scored a huge overtime goal last year in the playoffs.
Love the way he plays
in Nashville. Oh my God.
Love the way that kid. Oh, he'll stick you too, boy.
Yeah.
He wore the C for the USA. God, what a cool experience. They won the whole fucking thing.
They won the World
he'll
Juniors,
stick your fucking ass, dude. He'll catch you in an open ice hit and fucking get you right in your sternum.
Oh yeah.
And stand over your corpse.
Dude, I mean that, man. Plus, they all have great chemistry on and off the ice. I would find a way to get all of them on one team. I'd play them together. You'd have instant toughness.
It's Scotty Mayfield, too, by the way. Seal the deal.
I'd get Scotty, too. Best contract in hockey.
No shit. God damn. I'd take all. And they're all different. They're all different.
And that's why people are like, I'm hearing the Blues are looking to trade Tarasenko for Scotty Mayfield. It's like, okay, that is not happening.
Yeah, sure.
Mayfield makes like just over $1 million a year.
You're gonna get one over Lou. Tonight. Sure. Yeah. You know, fucking people. That's all good. Just let the rumors go because it's good it's just good.
Although I'll say this about Scotty Mayfield, man, like he doesn't spend too much time here in St. Louis. His dad, whose name's Andy too, man, great family, but they were all Belle Reve Country Club people, like growing up, same country club where Doug Armstrong belongs to.
So he's a fancy lad. Oh wow, Belle Reve Country. He's a fancy lad. I didn't know that.
But you really wouldn't know it, man. He grew up in Webster Groves, man. You wouldn't know that when you talk to him, hang out.
Yeah, no, he seemed totally cool, down to earth, very, very nice.
Yes. So, like, is he a fancy lad? Maybe because like his family.
Hey, if you're a Belle Reve, you're a fancy.
But his dad's a successful attorney and stuff like that. I don't know. They have money, so they joined a nice golf club. But the kids weren't like raised. His brother's like a fighter pilot in the Air Force, dude. Like,
really?
Yes.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Damn, boy.
Great fucking people, man.
That's fucking
You know what I mean?
Look, you know, I use the term fancy lad loosely, although if you're a Belle Reve, but it's all if you got military and you're right. You balance it out. You know what I'm saying?
It's like just because you got money, like you still get raised the right way and you're still good people. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So
Belle Reve though, let's fucking
But Clayton Keller, man, when I think about young kids who I saw play like at a young age, like he truly is one of the best youth hockey players I've ever seen in my life, dude. And I've seen a bunch of good ones, dude. This kid was so good. He was like a phenom. I remember he was like 9 years old, and people are like, "You need to come watch this kid, Clayton Keller and Logan Brown." I was like, "All right, I'll come watch these cats," and they're just wheeling around, man.
I could see Logie. I could see Logie honestly stepping up and fucking taking control and be like, nah, I'm 6'6". I could skate. Fuck this. I got the blood. Nah, I'm going now. I could see him just figuring it out. And that's all. He's at everything. He's got to stay healthy. But he's just got to it's that one shift or that one play or that one coach that just says one thing to you and you're like, oh, I get it. Oh, I am a fucking man. Wait, what?
But I think
no,
Ottawa,
let's go.
If they're not going to trade him, which I think eventually he gets traded, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if Logan Brown isn't in training camp when it starts. Now, I think he should be in camp. But, listen, my impression is that he wants to get out of there. That's just my impression. He needs to get out of there. I've said that forever. They need to trade his ass and let him go have a fresh start while he's still young and truly get an opportunity. If they aren't prepared to give him an opportunity, then he's got to go get an opportunity somewhere else.
Yeah, I get you.
I wouldn't be surprised if Brady Tkachuk isn't in training camp when it all starts. I mean, it's not like a big, crazy statement to make when he doesn't have a contract at this stage of the summer. If you remember a few years back when Matthew was coming out of entry level, he wasn't in camp either on time. So a lot of times these kids, listen, man, especially with a contract like that, it may take a little bit of time, but I think there is something to be said about getting to camp. I think missing camp can be terrible, especially for a young player.
Yeah,
young kids need to be in camp, man.
Well, especially ones that aren't proven. So Logie's not proven yet, man, and he needs to go in there and figure it out and prove himself. So, you can sit out and get traded, but on the other hand, the best thing for you, Logie, is go kick ass and take names, homeboy.
That's right.
Go be 6'6" and fucking do your shit.
As long as the team gives him a legit opportunity.
No doubt, Andy, but you got to earn it too. You think they're wait, timeout. Do you think they're wait, Logie, you're playing too good, but you know what? We're just going to keep you down because we have so many other people. You're fucking Ottawa. Go do your shit.
What I'm saying is give him a legit opportunity to play with good NHL players in training camp and in preseason to show who he can play with.
No doubt, but you got to earn it with practice.
Don't put him with Cam and DJ King like they did to Jan Stastny years ago. He told me about that.
I'll tell Jan to fuck off. I love it. Yanni was the best St. Louis player ever to come out. He was so goddamn good.
He was a phenom back in the day,
and Yanni would go whack motherfuckers with his 10-pound stick that he used from Sherwood, his Sherwood wooden stick, and he'd whack Wade Belak in the back of the legs. And then Daddy would come fucking take care of business. I'd come over and fucking take care of shit.
He goes, Cam would be like, before the game, you just do whatever the fuck you want to do. You go wherever you want. You do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, fucking A. Do what the fuck you want.
He'd spray the goalie. He'd crowd the crease.
I love it.
He did whatever he wants.
No one touched him. No one touched. I loved it.
People don't remember about DJ King, dude. He was tough as shit, too.
Oh, Kinger.
How scary was he?
Oh, Saskatchewan. He's from Saskatchewan, I think. No, he might be. No. Yeah, he's Saskatchewan. He's Meadow Lake, Saskatchewan, where I think Chaser's from. Meadow Lake up there. I love Kinger.
From.
You know what's cool is whenever you're competing with somebody and you're a tough guy, just like Bolts and myself and Kinger, we always got along and we're competing for the same job and we were good buddies, man. And that's just a cool thing. That's when you know you got a good group of people around when you don't.
Reaver the same way, right?
Yeah, Reaver was awesome. I didn't play too much with him because he was too young and but Kinger and I were there the same through a year, and we just were good buddies, man.
And I remember you were both in the final year of your contract. One of you were going to stay, one was going to go.
Yeah,
and they kept you, and DJ ended up signing with the Washington Capitals, and then his career just didn't.
He just kind of went down. He didn't want to fight. That was weird. He didn't throw heat again.
His brother was good, man. Won a couple Stanley Cups with LA.
Dwight and Dwayne.
But DJ had the biggest hands I've ever seen, dude. His hands were.
He's the biggest head too. Remember the
enormous head, yeah.
Kinger and I would play fight. Oh God, we would play fight with our suits on at fancy restaurants during our rookie party. And it wasn't even our rookie party, but we would do that. And then Jackson Brew would have to get fucking pass at. And it just was so. We just had a good relationship, man. He was so fucking funny. He's such a good, nice dude. But he's a killer on the ice.
What would Brewer say to you?
He'd be like, listen, Cam, we need to talk about something here. And I'm like, okay. Well, he's like, you can't do that. I'm like, we were fucking, come on. It was a rookie party. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. We were just play fighting. And it was just, we need to stop that. I'm like, you got other issues, homie.
Hey.
You got other issues.
DJ King, he had some good fights with the Boogeyman back in the day.
Yeah, he caught the Boogie a couple times. And I was on that team too. So it's like, he took care of him. I took care of another dude, thanks, Kinger.
Were you scared? Were you scared of the boogeyman?
I was scared of the boogeyman. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All right, let's get to Clayton Keller. And this was a fun interview too, man, because, like these kids, man, I love talking to these guys. They're just living the life. Already signs a big time ticket, making over $7 million a year, living in Scottsdale, living in Austin Matthews' house.
Yeah.
He's having fun, man. But you know what? He takes hockey very serious, and it's not easy. Like when you're on a team, an organization like that, and again, he's undersized, whatever. He's always obviously has been his entire life. He's always found ways to overcome that. You talk about Logan Brown having a break. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Clayton Keller. He's put weight on Cam, as you saw.
He looks, man, I know I sound corny when I kept telling, listen to me real quick, all you guys. Cam, you keep telling me he looks good. Because let me tell you something. When you're undersized and you bust your fucking ass to get a little bit bigger, and you put on like 6-7 pounds and your fucking chest is hard as a rock, and I look and I'm like, goddamn, boy, you look fucking big. So I kept telling him that because now he thinks, yeah, I do look big. And that pumps his tires up because he does. That means he worked his fucking ass off and he's eating right and he's doing the right damn. He's got his own chef. Like, fuck yeah, I'm pumping his goddamn tires up.
I'm looking for a chef right now too, by the way.
That's why I bring you down, because you're the opposite. You're deflating.
I'm going to get my own chef. But, all these small players in the league, whether it's Marchand, whatever, even that little Connor Garland, man, they don't play small. Him. They don't play small.
They get in there, dude. Fuck that.
They play through contact. They get to hard areas. Like, I mean, they may be undersized, but they don't play undersized. So Keller's kind of got to get to that point in his hockey evolution, and I think he'll start getting there, man. The guy puts up points, man. He's skilled as hell. You can't deny his skill level. And he's been an NHL All-Star. He's been a 60-point-plus player.
Andy, we'd have him out. So, we'd have him out when he was 16. He was just a kid, and Patty and Bolig and myself and Brooksy and all the guys that are still playing would bring out these young kids. They all come out with us, and we'd fucking tell them stories in the locker room and pump their tires up and take them wherever they would, whatever. We just pump them up, and we knew they were good, but we didn't know that they were going to do anything. And
you had to have known he was going to, like, everyone knew he was good, man.
Dude, like, Jack Holmes is good. We have a bunch of guys that are skilled as shit. You just don't know when they're 16. Like, you're like, God, they would dominate us, though. We bring them out and they put it between our legs, and like I break my ankle looking, just trying to like stand up next to these guys. But you could tell they had it, but you honestly don't know. But the one thing I would say though, to all the parents out there, and Andy, we like to do this just to give advice. Me and you should do like a little thing because you know a lot about the political side of everything. I know how to get there. We could kind of do a cool people bugging the fuck out of us to give hockey parents advice on shit. And we maybe have to do a separate thing on that.
Hit me up on Cameo. I can do that.
Oh, that's not a Cameo thing. That's more like me and you fucking talking it. Don't be stupid.
I'll do it on Cameo.
No one gives a fuck about your stupid Cameo. They care about mine, not yours. Here's what I will say to you parents real quick. If you have a small kid and he's good, he has to learn how to reverse hit guys. Protect it. Like when he has a puck in the corner, you see that guy coming. Instead of just taking the hit, you have to be able to stand your ground and stick the guy right in their sternum. And that just separates you, man. And you don't even have to be big to hurt a guy. I remember trying to hit guys that were so much smaller than me. I'm like, I'm going to fuck. And he just sticks his shoulder right in my, and I'd be like this. And I would never want to go try to hit the guy again. And that's me. So just like there's little things you could do. Andy, we got to do a little thing for some of these parents, I think. They're bugging the fuck out of me on messaging on social media.
But I will say
it's a good thing.
And like TJ Oshie, one of the best reverse hitters.
There it is.
He's so good at it. Alexander Steen was actually pretty good at it.
Really good at it. Yep.
So, but
Darcy Tucker, all those guys.
I know what you're saying, and I'm not disagreeing with you. But like, watching like the Matthew Tkachuks, the Brady Tkachuks, the Clayton Keller, at 16, you just knew. Like they're breaking records, dude. Clayton Keller's at the U.S. program by that point. This guy broke records, man. He's the highest scoring player ever in the history of that program. Before Jack
15.
Broke his
maybe it was 15 then.
Maybe like 7.
Andy, they're all better than I told you. They're breaking our ankles and shit, but you still got to do it.
I think once he got to like 12, 13, 14. I mean, Jeff Brown tells me a story, man. When they were all playing together, that 98 group, Trent Frederick was on that team. Logan Brown, Joseph Woll was the goaltender, who is now part of the Toronto Maple Leafs organization. He was a 3rd-round pick. Their backup goaltender was Tommy Napier, who just played at Ohio State, who just signed a pro deal with the Pittsburgh Penguins. And their American Hockey League goalie. He's got a future too. Like, they were just sick, man. They were unbelievable. Brady Tkachuk played with them for years. As a 99 birth year, he played up as a 98. They went like 100+ games without ever losing. They never lost.
My God. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Even like the Toronto Marlies are murdering.
Oh, yeah. But they played all the top competition, Cam.
Yeah.
They were in Canada more than like Canadian teams. They were
but Andy, like, no offense, but like we all had our own thing going on. So I didn't know all the nerdy shit that you knew when they're coming out. Where it's like, who's this kid? Oh, you played AAA? Like, oh, cool. I'm sorry. We're just not.
You're right.
So don't act like I fucking looked him up on Wikipedia, which couldn't happen. So I was just being a good dude who's playing in the show with all my other buddies, and we let these young kids come dominate us, and we were nice to them. We didn't fucking know.
And they're already better than you.
They're 10 times better than us. 10 times.
Let's get to the interview. As always, the Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield and carshield.com. 800-857-2481, baby. Use that promo code CAM. You're going to save 10%. I know it's embarrassing. But you just got to do it, man. You got to do it. And save you money.
Yep.
And then you can use that money that you saved to hit me up on Cameo. My Cameos are on sale right now as well.
You're desperate, eh? You're fucking desperate.
I did a Cameo this morning, man. I want to pump people up, and I can roast Cam if you want to hit me up on Cam. We can roast him too.
Monetize me, will you? Good for you.
Monetize me. We'll monetize CarShield. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Hey, Cam, if your computer goes out,
you look like an asshole.
Well, that's true. It could be your engine. It could be starter. It could be an alternator.
Brakes.
And we're talking like thousands and thousands of dollars in repairs. But not when you have CarShield. Then you're protected. 800-857-2481. Structure your plan long-term or short, however you like it. And, whatever, something goes down, you pay your like small little monthly fee, and now you're taken care of. And they hook you up with a rental car. They let you send it to whatever auto repair shop, whatever mechanic you want. Does it sound too good to be true? Yes, it does, because it is true. CarShield and carshield.com. You know what else is too good to be true? Dan Bellman with 2 N's. Behlmann. Dan Bellman, baby. Right there in Troy, Missouri. They got the Cadillac Buick GMC. I'm looking at that Escalade. He's hooking it up. Other side of the street, they got the Chrysler Dodge, Jeep, Ram. They got a selection for everybody over here in Troy, Missouri with Dan Bellman. Check it out, Bellman.com, and look at their amazing inventory. They got a ton of new cars, a bunch of used cars.
Can I say what I want?
Real quick, though, if you have a used car sitting in your garage, Cam, an old car, you're like, I don't know what to do with it.
I might put
they will buy it from you.
I know he will
buy it from you. Yes.
I know. I want him to buy my truck. I want a 3/4 ton Denali, GMC Denali truck, a 3/4 ton. I don't know if it's big. It's not the dually, but it's a quad cab. It's so luxurious, and Denali's are so badass. And it's a 3/4, so I could fucking haul a big boy boat. I could haul a big ass fucking RV from Byerly or whatever the fuck. That's what I want. I can still put it in my garage, my 3-car garage. I can still put it in that bad boy, and it's not that big, but it's big enough to be able to do what you want with. That's what I want. Yes. Denali.
Yeah. Okay. Well, go get one. I mean, why
I am
talking about it. Go get it.
You're talking about that fucking Escalade every goddamn time. You haven't got shit. You got a Volvo.
Well, we're working out a deal. I got to wait for my lease to expire.
You're leasing them too. Yeah. Okay. You're leasing everything.
Hey, I got the racing series though, man. It's pretty sick. You know that.
I love my truck, dude. I don't know if I can not. I feel comfortable in a truck. I live way out here. It was kind of hilly, and then when it gets stormy out or snowy out here, dude, I'm stuck. So I want a shit kicker.
Did you say hillbilly? Is that what you said?
Yeah, there's some hillbillies. I'm in the wealthy part, but when you keep going, there's some hillbillies out here for sure.
There's actually a much wealthier part
in Franklin County than here. I don't think so.
Oh my god. Oh my dude. In St. Albans, where you live, like up on the hill, like
in my particular neighborhood. Oh, I was going to say, I thought you meant the surrounding areas. I'm like, oh yeah, where's that at? Oh my god, yes, those are. They look over the Missouri Bluff. They look all over to Defiance, dude. You can see for 80 miles up there. Mm-hmm. Big boy houses. We keep doing our thing with this podcast, Andy. Maybe we'll get one.
I got a friend who's been trying to sell a house out there for like 5.2 for like years.
Where at? Is he up in the Bluffs? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Badass.
I told you I was invited out to a party at his house a few months ago. I didn't make it down. I'm still going to make it down to.
Why are you going to everybody else's house?
I'm going to come over.
You ever see me? We're going to play.
I know that's all you do. Listen, we're going to play golf next week. Maybe this week, actually. I'm coming out. I'll pick the day and we'll come out and play some golf.
I pick the day. It doesn't work that way. Like, I pick everything. I'll do what the fuck I tell you because you're not in control of this. If you get a membership somewhere and you're like, Cam, come out this day, I'm like, okay, you're in charge. I'm in charge out here. You don't pick shit.
I'm thinking maybe tomorrow. Actually, I can't do it tomorrow. But later on this week.
You just let me know. Like, I need you to come out here. Like, come on.
Daredevil Hockey. Protect yourself, man. It's all about protection. You know, skate lacerations are scary shit. Yeah. Clayton Keller should be wearing it. You know,
he is.
It's the number one cause of emergency room visits in hockey, man. When you get sliced by a skate, it's so scary. But why not have peace of mind when you go out there and cruise around and when you dangle people? I mean, just have that peace of mind. You get that with Daredevil Hockey. Right now, use that promo code Cam and Strick. You save 25%. We got a number of NHL players actually using it. A bunch of players up there in the CHL too throughout Canada. It's actually getting very, very big, and we love supporting Daredevil Hockey. It's got that Kevlar fabric, which protects you in all the vulnerable areas, Cam. You don't need to be getting sliced in the arm, in the Achilles or whatever. And it's light. It's comfortable. Right under your equipment, dude. It feels good to wear, man. So check it out, Daredevil Hockey. And use that promo code Cam and Strick. It's all caps. It's going to save you a ton of money. So check it out.
Okay, so kids are falling over the place, man. And you just don't want to get your kid. It's not even expensive. Like, you buy all this equipment for your kid to fucking be safe, and you're not going to do this. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. This should be mandatory in youth hockey, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they do Carl and those guys do a great job. And it's comfortable, and it's not heavy. And it's just like you're just protected. Like, you spend the extra little bit of money to protect your fucking kid. They'll be goddamn cheap. You're all in. When your kid's playing hockey, you're all in, homeboy. Just so you know. I'm going to cut corners here. You don't cut corners on safety with your fucking kids. Because once they get sliced and they start bleeding, they're not going to want to play ever again. And it's going to cost you a shit ton of money going to even get stitches costs a ton of money.
Yeah. And Jamal Mayers, he's smart too, man. Former NHL, longtime NHLer. His kid's not wearing Daredevil.
He don't fuck around. Chandler knows. He's got cut all goddamn time. Yeah, dude. Fighting, falling.
Listen to the podcast. He follows our social media. He's like, wait, what are you guys talking about? Daredevil? All right.
Yeah, no,
I'm in.
100%.
Yep. Gonna protect my kid. All right, let's get to the interview. Yeah. Clayton Keller, man. Awesome having this cat on, and obviously a rising young star. He'll be on the radar for Team USA in the Olympics. Obviously, it's not an easy roster to crack, especially at his position. But again, this guy has a bright future in the NHL. Already off to a great start. You think you know Clayton, but do you really know Clayton?
He is a sweetheart. Okay, guys. He is the sweetest kid. He always has a smile, and he's never in a bad mood. Like, you text him to do something, he'll do it. Like, he's a good kid,
great kid. Great kid. All right.
He was raised right, Andy. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yep. Great to have him here on the Cam and Strick Podcast.
Handsome bugger, too, by the way.
Enjoy. What up, Clayton?
How we doing?
Yeah. First off, don't make us wait for you. We're waiting for you. Why are you late today?
I had a show to do. I got here in 42 and a half minutes.
Very late.
And I stopped by the gas station. Yes, I did. I brought both passports. All three of them, actually. I did. And I got here in 42 minutes. That's record time. I had a radio show to do. I cut half of it off because old boy's here and he looks fucking jacked.
He looks big.
He looks jacked.
Dude, the Coyotes, their Instagram, and like all they show is this guy working out.
Look at this.
I've never been working out a lot, or what?
Yeah, it's been a long summer, so yeah. Definitely.
How much weight have you put on?
Probably around like 7 pounds, I'd say.
Really?
Yeah, I'm getting closer to 180, so.
Look at you.
Yeah. You look big, man. It's the biggest I've ever seen you, for sure.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a while.
Take your shirt off real quick. I just need to examine a couple things.
Yes, everyone to take their shirt off.
I'm just asking. Hey, Lou used to do that back in the day. You take your shirt off.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
On the spot?
Do they do that in Arizona, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, they look at you.
We'll do the body fat stuff. Like
just in training camp.
Yeah, training camp. Yeah.
Isn't that sometimes demoralizing when they take that clip and they clip you on the side, and they clip you on your tricep, and then they go under your neck, suck, and then your cheek. Then you always have a zit there afterwards.
They don't do that to me when I was at Parkway North. We never had that. No, they didn't. They never had that.
They didn't care.
No, they didn't care about that too often.
You don't have any body fat.
Hey, welcome back into town, though.
Yeah, thank you.
You don't get in. You don't ever come in.
I know. Yeah, it's tough. Arizona's a great place to play and live. So we have a really good training group and a lot of good guys down there to skate with. So I try to come back and see my family, every now and then, and my buddies. So I'd like to spend more time here, though, for sure.
Yeah, we got to get you back here. So hold on. Do they make you guys work out all morning long so you don't go play golf or something like that? Is that true? What's the schedule there?
No, actually, pretty much all summer we've been working out at 7:30. So I'm up at 6:30 and then work out from 7:30 to 9 or whatever. I'll get food and whatever, and then we'll usually skate. And then by that time, I'm usually too tired. So I haven't been playing that much, honestly, because it's been so hot and I'm just so tired. Hot. I'm I'd rather sit on the couch with, whoever and watch a movie or watch a TV show or watch
no video games.
I would say during the year, I play a little bit, but not as much in the summer, I would say, just because I'm always doing something. I'm always with buddies and stuff like that. So.
Who's skating out there? Is that McDavid and those guys? Were you part of that skate when he came out there?
Yeah, before the last season or whatever that was, before the bubble or whatever, there was a bunch of good skates down there. A lot of guys came in because everything else was closed, Toronto or wherever, and Arizona was pretty much.
Arizona's come on, breathe on me.
Come on in. Well, just go outside. It's an outdoorsy kind of state, man.
Yeah, exactly. So there was a lot of guys down there. And then obviously Austin's down there. Nick Schmaltz spends most of the summer. Chikrin's down there. So there's a lot of guys in my team, and then a lot of pro guys that are also coming there and skating with us as well.
Who are your buddies on the team? Close buddies.
From last year, because we had a different team. The young guys, I would say, stuck together a lot, and probably Nick Schmaltz, Connor Garland, Jacob Chikrin, Christian Dvorak, everyone. I mean, we were actually a pretty close team. Ever since I played my first year, everyone was so great to me, and a lot of those guys, I got to play with for a couple more years as well. So it's definitely good to have that relationship with those guys.
Does Matthews hang out there during the summer? Is he there all summer long for the most part?
Yeah.
Is Bieber hanging out too? Does he come down and hang out with you guys?
Bring Bieber down. Let's go cruise around.
Yeah, that's the A-listers. I'm not quite there yet, but he's that's one of Austin's good buddies now. So I think that's good for hockey. That's good for the game.
If you're playing in Toronto, you'd be partying with him. Who are you kidding?
Yeah.
A-lister. I mean, Frederick Anderson. He's hanging out with him.
Yeah.
You can get in that group. Well, Andy will email somebody. What's his place look like down there?
Oh, it's very actually. Yeah,
he lives there, don't you? Live there?
Yeah. So last year I rented his house from him. So then I'm gonna live there this year as well until my house is.
Isn't it a
done.
sick house?
Yeah, he's pretty much got everything that you could ask for.
Pool stays open all year round there, right?
Yeah.
Never closes.
Yeah, pool, sport court.
Well, no shit. Fucking wintertime, they're gonna be like, let's put the pool
they close it down. I don't know.
Someone asked me that the other day. They were like, "You keep the pool open all the time?" I was like, "Yeah."
Fucking right. It's the best in the wintertime.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, it's actually warm.
Yeah.
Does he have to look over the mountains or something? Are you on a cliff
It's
side?
kind of right up on the mountain. Because there's a lot of houses up against it, but there's not as much room in the backyard. Yeah, it's actually on Camelback. Yeah.
It's on Camelback.
Looking over a valley.
You ever have to call Austin and be like, Austin, I know you're busy. You have a game tomorrow night, but the air conditioning isn't working.
I burnt down the kitchen.
You need to call a plumber and I don't give a shit if you have a game. Call the plumber.
Actually, I've got to know his dad pretty well. Obviously, we met a while ago at the U.S. program when we played at the U18s, and we were good friends there. And then so his dad kind of does all that stuff. So if there's ever a problem or anything, he'll respond right away, and he'll never bother me or anything like that. So it's great to have him for that stuff.
Yeah, I had a grease fire and I put water on it. I don't know what happened. Yeah, man. How many square foot is that?
Ooh,
too much?
10.
No, probably
No way.
774.
That's a big boy house.
Who else lives there? Just you?
I was living with Barrett Hayton, but he got sent down probably halfway through the season. So then I was there by myself.
Could you imagine living in that house? Now you can sit down.
Oh, I know.
That's terrible. Barrett Hayton, good young player though.
Yeah. So I'm probably gonna live with him this year. We'll live there, and then once my house is done, he'll probably move with me as well.
You building a house?
Yes, I am.
Really?
Yeah, it's been
Who's helping
2
you do
years.
that?
What's your address? I'm just joking. On the hillside and stuff like that?
Yeah. It'll be nice.
We're coming down.
I know, man.
When that house
Whenever
is
you
done,
want.
we're coming down.
Yeah.
Hold on. The like what kind of house? I mean, like a
Shit kicker?
Nice.
I'll show you a
house?
picture.
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture. Yeah.
Who's helping you do that? Like design it.
My mom and dad have been helping me, but mostly my mom and her sister, they like love this stuff. So they've been huge with everything. So it's getting closer, and hopefully like December I'm moved into it. So
Is it close to Matthews?
yeah. So it's kind of weird. Ever since we
You
didn't
live next
use a
to like
practice
Devin
rink.
Booker and Chris Paul.
They're pretty
No,
close.
No, I do. And they got a lot more money.
Yeah, they do. But yeah,
They're making $40
Making like
a mil
40 a
a
year.
year.
Yeah.
40 schmil a year.
It's crazy. But yeah, like everyone since our practice rink moved from, we used to use the ice den, which is our practice rink, but we never use it anymore. We use our game rink for everything. So guys moved from North Scottsdale to like Paradise Valley area.
Yeah.
So there's like a little bit more of a scene. There's more restaurants and stuff like that. Whereas North Scottsdale is like more like family, like not as many
fuck the family
restaurants.
shit. Go to the nice restaurants, chill, do all your stuff. You don't want children running around and stuff like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't want to hang out with Andy and his family. His kids running around.
I don't
Actually,
know.
your kids are pretty cool. It doesn't even matter.
How often did your family come out and visit?
They come out quite a bit. Actually, my parents bought a place out there like 2.5 years ago. So
Your dad still work?
he does, yes. And a funny story, ever since the pandemic, he's been working from Arizona pretty much.
Really?
So yeah,
nice.
and his
That's
new
what I
office just opened in Vegas. So he's been just going to Vegas, and was telling me the other day, like, he doesn't even know if he has his office here anymore.
Really?
Honey, I got to go to Vegas again. Another work trip.
And now
And he
your,
just drives because it's like 3 hours. So.
now your brother is playing in New Mexico. You guys
Yeah.
have like the entire Southwest
yeah,
covered.
we do. Yeah.
Take it over, man.
Yeah.
How's that drive? Have you been from where you live to Vegas? Like, how's that cool, badass drive?
bad.
I've actually never drove when going to Vegas. Actually,
Probably pretty creepy, man.
It's not bad. You go right
you're in the
through
middle of nowhere.
What's the famous dam? Whatever.
Hoover Dam.
Hoover Dam. Like right past Hoover Dam. It's like
badass.
from where I
That'd
went
be
to
cool.
school. I went to school up in Flagstaff. It's like 3 hours away.
Oh no way! I was just there like
Flag?
2 months ago. Yeah,
You play that course?
I played
the Highlands?
what's the one? Pine Canyon.
Okay.
That
Yeah.
one, and then I haven't. That's the only one I played. I haven't played the other one, which I heard is really good.
That's
too.
where like all like
Flagstaff.
it's
That's
like-
where Stephen King made The Stand from.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe when I was in Arizona the day I left. No one was in town. I was like, I'm bored, and this guy I know has a place up there, and he was like, hey, let's go up for Friday and drive back Saturday night. So I was like, all right, perfect. So it was 116, and when I got to Flagstaff, it was like 75. And
Oh, yeah.
Never gets
No
over 80.
humidity.
Never
Way
gets
up
over
in-
80. No humidity.
So Flagstaff.
Nobody has air conditioning.
It's
up there.
You get
unbelievable.
four
You
need it.
seasons, kind of.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The winter you get over 100 inches of snow a winter.
Yeah.
There's a ski resort there, like a big one.
Yeah. You're high elevation there.
Oh yeah,
Just
7,000.
Yeah,
in
the
town.
ball goes so far up there.
Does
It's
it?
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah,
You're a big golfer, aren't you?
a little bit.
Pam
yeah.
thinks he's a golfer.
Well, I mean, I have a membership. That stands for something. Am
Cam,
I good? No.
he thinks
I had a
like-
35-foot putt on a fucking putt the other
If
day.
he steps
I saw that.
if he steps out of his backyard and plays like 2 holes, like he just jumps on the course. He's like, "Oh, I'm going golfing." I'm like, "That's
on
not
Mondays
golf.
I do that. On Mondays I do that.
Golf
when no one's
is
out there.
like 18 holes or 9 holes.
I'm playing Sunday. I play with Kate all the time. I'm just not that good. But my putting game's there. Mm-hmm. But we're going to do I wanted to do golf today, but I know
told
you
him
guys are.
that.
I
Yeah.
know.
But he's
it's
not in
it's
town
hot as
very
fuck
long.
anyway, dude.
Yeah, it is hot. Yeah.
Does it feel hotter here than in Phoenix?
Yeah, maybe yesterday. Today, I mean, I guess it kind of feels similar, but Logan was just actually in Arizona, and he was like, and I thought it was hot in Arizona. He's like, dude, this is unbelievable compared to St. Louis.
Yeah.
So
How's Logan looking?
good. Yeah. We've actually spent a lot of time
Monster.
together the last 2 weeks. We skated up in Minnesota. I had one of my skills guys comes down. And he kind of skated us, me, him, and Jordan Greenway. So we stayed up there for the whole week, did that, and then I went back to Arizona, and he flew out, and he kind of has been training with me and skating with us, so it's been good.
He's going to have a good year, man.
I hope so, man.
I feel it.
He needs to break through.
Bronny's going to have a good year. He's got to get that opportunity, man.
Exactly.
On that team, absolutely.
How fortunate were you? Like, do you think about it? Like, I mean, you can't pick where you're going to go, and you go to a team where you get an opportunity really right off the bat.
Yeah.
Like, play a big role, get power play time. Like, how much has that helped you at a young age?
Yeah, it's definitely helped me a lot. Actually, when I was looking at the draft and I saw Arizona was, 7th overall, I was like, they've drafted a lot of forwards, like that Dvorak, Strome, like all these guys, and I was like, they probably won't pick me, and I ended up going there, and like we had a super young team, and I think it was great for all of us to kind of grow together and learn the NHL and learn from the veteran guys. So
who are the veteran guys on that team?
When I first came in, Derek Stepan, Oliver Ekman Larson. We had such a great group of guys that really helped me out a lot. So it was.
How's that travel down there, by the way?
It's not bad, but next year it's going to be a little different.
Next year's going to be a little different.
Being in the Central, but it's actually not too bad. Like, I don't know. My first year we had probably the worst schedule ever.
Sometimes that happens, man.
We spent like 3 weeks in New York, which wasn't bad, but we were just gone for we would like play at home for like a month, and then we would go on the road for like a month.
Oh, like living in Alaska or something.
Yeah.
Why is that? Is this the way the schedule worked out?
Yeah, I guess.
Basketball games probably or something.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Blues had to do it. They go 3 weeks. And not to mention, when you do that, like, you have the same, you can only bring so many suits, and you got like fucking gum stuck on the one, your pockets are stuck together, you got coffee everywhere.
Yeah, no,
I feel like
that's the
you
thing.
feel fucking horrible.
I hate bringing like 3 suits, so I'm just like, I bring 1 or 2 and like 2 different
shirts. Spray it down,
shirts.
wipe it off with Febreze, or no, what that says, that anti-stick shit that you just spray on your shit. Oh,
exactly.
How far do you live from the rink, like in Glendale?
So everyone probably lives around like 35 minutes away.
You have morning skates there too?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And you go home, or do you stay at the hotel
like
there?
the Mills.
So I stay at
30 minutes.
Yeah, I guess you're right on that.
I stay at the hotel because my first year we used the practice rink every day, so that was fine. And then my second year we were like, all right, we're gonna use the game rink for everything. So I would just go there for morning skate or whatever. We'd have our meals there, and then I would just go right to the hotel, like 2 minutes away. And then I would sleep there and then wake up and drive 1 minute instead of driving, 40. And there's traffic on the way to the games on the weekdays.
Really?
There's full on traffic.
Where are they going?
It can take an hour. Well, it's from everyone that works in Scottsdale, drives that way, and then they drive back. So it's just a mess. Like,
they had the hotel for you, just chill there.
Yeah.
Isn't the visiting team
it's
in the
much
same
better
hotel,
mentally.
though? The visiting teams in there. You
well,
run into
sometimes,
guys?
yeah, all the time.
Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
like, what's up, dudes?
Yeah, sometimes we're like they put us at a different hotel, like a couple, minutes down the street. But sometimes it's with the other team. I'm in the elevator with whatever.
If you're at home, what are you doing? Are you guys chilling in that area? Because they built that bad. They built it up pretty good over the last like 10, 15 years around where you guys play in Glendale. Like, it's cool. Do you guys stick there, or are you like, let's fucking go to Scottsdale? If you want a Saturday night, you got a couple days off or whatever.
Scottsdale,
Get the fuck out of there.
You think they're going out there?
I don't know. Maybe they built it up. Maybe there's some badass chicks cruising around. I don't know. No, it's more old style.
Yeah.
But Scott, and do people recognize you guys ever, or can you just do whatever you want out there and everyone leaves you alone?
Yeah, pretty much everyone leaves you alone. Like, it's it's pretty crazy. Like, maybe you'll get the random person, like, or a couple people, you're at dinner or something, some kid.
If you're wearing your jersey?
Yeah, maybe. Probably not even. But
Andy would do that. It's Parkway North Jersey.
Cam, you wouldn't like that if no one ever.
No, I want people to come at me. No, 100%.
You do.
But look, it doesn't matter. If you're walking in your fucking suit on, you got a cut over your eye, you got $3,000 suits on, and you're all handsome with fucking sick hair, like, girls are gonna be like, what do you guys what are you guys doing? Like, we do this, and like that's all she wrote. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You stick out like a sore thumb anyway. Fucking suits on with cuts on your face, like fucking right.
And he's jacked.
Look how look this fucking dude. You look good, man. You
Thank
do.
you.
So
Thank you.
So
not you, Andy.
I know you're just a player. But like, do you like? Are you confused by like all this stuff all the time?
I'm glad you asked. I was waiting for you.
Well, with like the building, it's always like something, right? With Arizona, like whether it was ownership or whatever, and now it's like the building, the lease. Are you just like, whatever, just tell me where to go and where to play and I'll be there?
Like,
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm super lucky to play in the NHL, and I never take that for granted. So, wherever we play or anything like that is where I'm going to play and where I'm going to put my mind to, 100% every time. So, I think that stuff all will, eventually work out, and I think that's just noise, and that's all you can do. You can't worry about it. So I think that's what I was taught to do and go about it, and yeah.
Still gotta move though. Like if shit goes down, it's not like small noise.
They're not leaving town though.
You don't think?
No,
not leaving town.
You don't think so?
No. They got to build a new rink at some point.
Is that what you said? Tempe?
I was like, Tempe. Like, you guys got it. You probably hang out in Tempe, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the ASU students are like your age,
Yeah.
Were you going to ASU parties and stuff like that your first couple of years?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We did my first couple of years, and I had a ton of buddies that I knew on the team. Obviously, Jacob Wilson from here.
Oh, good old Jacob.
Cam once punched him in the nose.
And that's a stupid ass lie. That's exaggerated by
you
fucking
hear that
Patty.
Story?
It's a stupid fucking story.
I think I was with him the next day, and
he was fine. And he was fine.
Couldn't see, but
I don't know.
He wheeled that night.
Yeah, but if you were a college student.
Yeah,
that'd be a cool place to go, huh?
Oh yeah, that would be a very cool place to go.
So you'll hang out, you'll just walk into fraternity parties or house parties or whatever. Here come the Coyotes
in their suits. Look at these. Hey, Poindexter,
rolling up in their Porsche.
Those guys are doing crazy shit. You guys roll up in your Pars, fucking money and suits and shit.
Kids are eating ramen noodles.
Yeah, you're working out. You're like, who are these guys stealing all our girls? Jesus.
Yeah,
they must have hated you.
No, I mean, like I said, I had a bunch of friends on the hockey team, so we kind of would just text them or whatever.
Stay by them. Yeah.
If it was a weekend and we played and we had a few days off, we would just see what was going on. And
did you go to the games?
ASU hockey games? Yeah. I actually went to when they played BU. I went to both games. Actually, it was during our break, so I got lucky and got to hang out with all. Brady was actually there at the time.
What about them football players on campus? Were they look at these motherfuckers?
Never really seen them, to be honest. Because the hockey team would just throw,
no one cares about them.
Throw a house party.
Pretty good though.
The football team is?
Well, I mean, they always have
because you know how the football players are. Why all the girls going here? They need to be by us.
Their football team's solid, especially when they play Arizona.
Scary,
oh yeah, Herm Edwards is the coach.
I wonder if they all hang out. They all get along. Does that work?
Probably not.
Football players?
Football player and hockey players get
Probably
along?
not.
Probably not, right?
Who wins that fight?
The football players. Andy, remember when Richie Incognito almost beat my fucking ass? Fuck that shit.
He almost beat your ass?
Yeah, at Harry's.
Google Richie Incognito. If you don't know who he is,
he's 330. Don't fuck with football players.
He works out at my gym. I see him.
Does he really?
Yeah.
He's still not a monster or what?
Yeah, he's a monster. I
remember being on a plane with this guy.
Let me tell you something right now. This is how fucked up it was back in the day with the Rams when they were god awful.
Yeah.
He wanted to fight me at Harry's. I'm with all my little buddies, Travis and all them.
They were okay back then. They weren't
they were god awful
were
back then. They were fucking terrible back then. And he tried to fight me at Harry's in front of so many people. And his teammates were like, fucking get him. They're all there just for his training.
And they're all three.
And except for Jacob
plus.
Bell was like, fuck no. I'm like, get these guys away from me. And then Keith Kachuk made fun of me on the radio the next day.
Why was he up there?
No, because he heard about it, and he's like, "What a pussy he is!"
So Jacob Bell, he calmed him down.
He was my guy
because Jacob Bell was a big time.
He
was a big
he signed for $50 million. Awesome,
but
dude.
a monster.
But the bitch of it, if your teammates are going to get in a fight at a bar, you guys be like, get away from them.
Yeah,
these guys were like, fucking get them. It was the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah. I was on a flight coming back to St. Louis from Phoenix, and he was on the plane, and I didn't know who he was. I'm like, this is the scariest.
Him and Justin Fry, who was this identical to him, 330.
But I hear he's cool though.
He's our old strength coach actually knew him pretty well, so he would
still playing.
Always talk to us at the gym and stuff like that.
Is he still playing?
Yeah,
I think he was on. He played for the
Oakland.
Yeah, the Raiders. Yeah,
he's good too.
He's still playing with all the controversy. He's still playing.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
He will fuck you up.
He would have fucked me up.
Probably just
bulldozed me and fucking ground and pounded me like, oh help,
because he's crazy too.
I'm like, I'm here for girls, dude. I ain't fucking. I was like my buddy, we're trying to.
Hey, what'd
around.
you do though?
I go, I ain't doing this.
What'd you do?
I go, I ain't doing this.
No, to piss him off because you did something.
Oh, I must. Dude, I wasn't. I don't do the bullshit. I think that we're just talking to the same group of girls, and I think Justin Fry got mad. I don't know, dude. Who the fuck knows, man? But I didn't want nothing to do with that, and I'm like, get out of here. So don't ever fight at the bar. That's the moral of the story. Yeah, and I didn't do it. And Walt chirped me.
You got to get your brother on the ASU team.
I know, yeah. That's the goal, yeah.
You know, bring him down
real
there.
Close, yeah.
Are you making the recruiting pitch or what? Like, are you talking to the coach?
I actually know the coach a little bit because when we skate in the summer, we would always use their rink that they have down there, and their equipment guy would always take great care of us. And the coach would always be there, so we'd always chat with him a little bit. So yeah, hopefully I can work some magic and get him there, but he's got to play well and he's got to earn it.
He's got. Is he train with you guys sometimes in the summer?
A little bit. He's been training here all summer with Crash, and then he's going like tomorrow actually to camp and all that stuff. So
the Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by CarShield. You know, nothing more frustrating, Cam, than when that engine light comes on and you know right off the bat you're going to have to spend thousands of dollars to repair your vehicle. Call 800-857-2481. Mention the promo code CAM or visit carshield.com and use the code CAM to save 10%. Yeah. That's carshield.com. A deductible may apply. Save yourself money. Sign up and get your coverage now with carshield.com. Now back to the interview. How'd you get into hockey? Because you're like from like on the Illinois side.
Yeah.
It's not like you're one of these guys like all your buddies like whose dads played in the NHL. But like I remember watching like seeing him play when he was like 9 years. I'm like, this guy is fucking
like AAA.
Yes, like 10 years old. I'm like, this guy. People would be like, come watch him and Logan Brown. Like Logan was like 3 times his size, and they would just like
have the puck the whole
time. Highlight
Jesus.
City.
Yeah.
Like
how'd you become like good right off the bat?
I don't know. It's actually a pretty crazy story. I got into hockey. One of my friends had like a skating party when I was like 3 years old or something at a hockey rink. And I went to that. I loved it. And then my mom started taking me to like high school hockey games, whatever. And I would just sit in her lap and watch the game. And I loved it. And I wanted to play every day after that. And then that's pretty much how I got into it. No one in my family played hockey like at all, like zero. My dad was born in Texas. My mom was lived on the Illinois side.
He knew nothing about hockey.
He knew nothing. Like my dad played basketball and football. Like there was no hockey there at the time. So yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Rollerblade?
What's that?
Did you rollerblade when you were young?
Yeah.
That's what got you into it, right?
Yeah, I love that too. Yeah. I'd still play roller. Like those guys I train here are playing a Monday night league.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
It's slash and whack. No.
Yeah, they say they lose every game. I'm like, how is that possible?
Like who?
Like Trent, Logan, Grant, Weidman,
so open.
all those guys.
They play Monday night roller hockey and lose.
And they lose?
Yes.
Who?
They lost like 14-9 the other day.
To who? Phil and his brothers?
No, they said they just play like kids that are getting scholarships to like Lindenwood and stuff, and they said they just fly around.
Roller hockey scholarships?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, they're not trying hard then.
That's what I said. I was like, how do you guys not win? Like,
Patty still plays.
And they were like, we
Patty
can't
plays
stop.
floor hockey and gets kicked out. Patty played floor hockey. And
I
like
can see him getting pissed out there too.
Dude, you ever played floor hockey? Like organized?
Yeah.
It's like the most frustrating thing ever. Like guys are literally hacking the shit out of you.
I don't play that game anymore, Clayton.
You're like running around. You can't even breathe. Like
I'm surprised you didn't play in the roller tournament. I told you.
I'm gonna pull my fucking groin out.
No, he goes.
I got asphalt wheels.
He skates around the neighborhood with his shirt off.
And the Cougars go crazy.
And then he stick handles.
You're like, who's that? Oh, that's Cam. Yeah. Oh my god.
You stick handles outside.
Oh, outside.
Yeah, he used to do that before the skates. I will say this guy was he was committed.
Yeah.
2 hours before the skate, he's there stick handling in the locker room, and I just walk in. I'm like, whoa, what's going on in here?
Pickup skate, right?
Yeah, all of us in the summers.
It gets my goddamn hands going, Andy.
I remember walking out of the rink, and you were there, and Cam was in front of us, and he had his sticks in like an old school like stick bag.
Chaser gave me that bag.
Like we used when we were like 8 years old. Like
because optics mean a lot when you walk into a fucking locker room. Don't look like a fucking jackass.
Who
we talk about
their sticks in the stick bag.
Hey, can we clarify something with a professional here?
Yeah.
When you walk into a men's league skate and that motherfucker comes in, he's got the Joe fucking helmet on with the gangy ass bullshit cage, and then he takes shoestrings and ties them over his shin pads, and you're like, this motherfucker sucks. And he's got black toques on, and you're like, this
green
guy
laces,
and you can go out there and toe drag cats, green laces, but he sucks because of the optics, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So let everybody know. Look sharp, Andy.
What's your style?
You don't.
You have like a superstition? Like you tuck your jersey in or anything?
Yeah, he does.
For like pregame ritual?
Just during the game.
He tucks it in, dude.
Yeah, you tuck in your jersey, right?
Jersey on the left
Sometimes
side.
the ref always yells at me to take
Why?
it out.
Oh, you got to have it out. That's right.
Yeah.
Doesn't that suck though? Don't you say, "Can I have some style, please"?
Yeah, I mean it's
groove.
whatever, but my fighting strap's never on, so sometimes my equipment guys, because it'll if I don't have it on, it'll always tuck my jersey in automatically, and then they'll just I feel them behind me putting in my fighting strap. So
have you gone out in the basement? Have you been shooting pucks since you got in town?
Yeah, a little bit. Me and my brother always go down there and mess around because
he loves it, man. I love that about you.
That's what you do, Andy.
He's been in town for one day.
No, but you go, you play some music, you get your groove on, you rip fucking pucks.
Exactly.
I tell him to do a Ty every goddamn day.
Yeah.
He tells me he's doing it. Although I saw a Ty the other day and he's flying around like a psychopath.
Hey, I was going to show you a video from the basement the other day.
Around.
Does he rollerblade down there or what?
A little bit.
That's what I did. Because I just had the concrete, and then I had 2 nets, and then there was poles everywhere, but I could still skate around. I could do almost a lap, a circle, and I would just go down there every day with my brother, and we would just mess around for hours, all the time.
Break a window here and there. Sorry about that.
You know what?
I broke the window above the net literally 10 times, and now it's bolted up with a golf mat, a wood plate in front of it, so it's
you ever hit
not
that?
breaking.
You ever hit those beams though? You're I'm toe dragging things, and all of a sudden you don't look, and bam, hit that mug.
Oh yeah, probably a couple times.
Snap ties on the concrete wall.
So your brother's 5 years younger than you, though, right?
Yeah, 4 years.
So he's got he's got a brother in the NHL or whatever. I mean, you know how he looks up to you, bro. You know that.
Taking care of him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Take him out.
Are you driving his car today?
No, I'm actually driving my mom's car.
Your mom's car.
Yeah.
Geo Metro. That thing's cute.
What'd you buy when you signed your contract? I know you got something nice.
A car, probably.
What kind of car?
Porsche.
Yeah, I drive a Porsche. Yeah, if that's how
Which
you
one?
want to say it.
Panamera.
The 911.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit kicker.
Yeah.
Shit kicker.
So, I've always been a car guy. My dad's the same way. He never had anything exotic, but he always BMW is old cars as well, and he kind of just would always get BMWs, and then he would make them look cooler, but not change the car the whole way. So that's kind of how I got into cars, and I've always been a car guy. So when
you can drive that every day in Arizona.
Yeah,
too,
exactly.
right?
That's the thing. I'm not driving through snow or anything like
You don't
that.
need an SUV.
No.
Yeah, dude, you'll cruise around.
Yeah, it's nice to have.
What do you like, the old school shit too, or you like the old 70 whatever? Camaro?
I'm not so much into the old stuff, really, to be honest, as much as my dad was. My dad liked the old Shelby, GT500 and stuff like that. Yeah,
you like Volvos, the racing
Do you like
series?
hippie Volvos that are poor parlou?
That's how his.
That are average at best.
I got the R series, just the racing series.
Can you change your own oil?
What do you mean?
Can you change
your own oil of your car?
Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to, though.
No. But can you?
Do you know how to do it?
I can figure it out, yeah.
Okay, so are you handy? Unlike Andy, meaning that rhyme, by the way. Meaning if you popped a tire, can you fix that bad boy on the side of the road woof, blah 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 blah?
No, I got a number in my phone.
See, okay, that's what I'm asking.
Call us Car Shield.
I thought of course he goes, but you know what I mean. Your dad can, by the way.
Yeah,
your dad can.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not there yet.
Well, he was changing the oil in the driveway when you were a kid and stuff like that.
I don't know. Sometimes, but he was he might love his cars more than me. So he would just
not anymore.
Always he's always cleaning them, always doing something spraying the tires, wiping it down, getting it washed 3 times. I'm scared to drive
doing
on a
himself.
dirt road.
That's the point.
Did you ever consider playing juniors, going to the OHL?
I did, yeah.
Because your game, just to me. Now, listen, I love college hockey and I love all these guys, but he kind of screams like an OHL player or whatever.
Christ.
You would have been a pimp in the OHL.
I was drafted by his former
Windsor.
team, Windsor.
They would have the girls,
and you would have,
although ugly, would have been waiting in line.
And you would have played with Brownie, right?
Yeah. Brownie, Sergachev. There was a lot of good players actually.
And who was a BU though with you?
McAvoy, Greenway, Bellows,
whatever.
Fabro.
You did
Jake
your
Ottinger.
thing. You did your thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I looked into it. Actually, and I had a good relationship with Warren Reichel at the time. He was the one who drafted me, and after I got drafted, we had a big phone call with my agent and everyone. And to be honest, I just didn't want to change out of my commitment. And I had so many guys going from the U.S. program to BU that next year, me, Chad, Chris, Kiefer Bellows, Jake Ottinger. And one more, I can't think of who it was. But anyways, it was just like we had such a close group. We all went on the official visit, had a blast. And then Greenway and McAvoy were already there. So I had a great relationship with both of those guys before from the U.S. program. And I was like, we're going to be an unbelievable team. I think we had like 6 first-rounders or something crazy like that. Yeah, so.
And you guys made the tournament, right?
We did, yeah. We lost the game.
Maybe?
Yeah, overtime to go to the Frozen Four to UMD.
Damn. Who hosted you for your recruiting visit?
Greenway and McAvoy, pretty much. Yeah, that was a good story.
Where'd they take you?
What do you mean?
When he went on his recruiting visit to BU?
Like your official visit, you go your senior year. Do you want me to explain it?
Yeah. So
explain to the poor folks.
So what they do is, real quick, they have like players who are on the team host the recruits. They take them out and whatever. You know?
Yeah. So all 5 of us went at the same time. So that was pretty crazy.
Where'd you stay?
They got us a hotel room to stay at. But anyway, so like it was the night of the first Beanpot game. And they ended up winning. So then they have like a week off till the next game. It's not like till Saturday or whatever. So they were like, all right, we're going to go out. And we went to this bar, and obviously we were all young and new to the whole college scene, and the guys lost their phones, and yeah, it was not good. And guys lost their wallets, and our coach was the one picking us up next morning to go to the airport at like 6 a.m, and we had got back at like 4. And
remember DiPietro talking about like his like recruiting visit when he came out, and he like puked all over the place, like on somebody else's bed or whatever.
Yeah,
great guy.
It was
great guy.
It was a fun trip though, and they took good care of us.
So they had the money though to like take care of you and shit.
Yeah.
You were like, hey, we're 5 shots. Oh, you got that $40 real quick? You're not pulling that bullshit on
No,
you.
we didn't pay for anything.
That's good.
So you still tight with all those guys?
Yeah, pretty tight. Especially like the freshman class at BU that we had, and then obviously the Greenways, McAvoys, guys like that. So
what's it like playing against all that? Like you guys are all spread out. Like you play against these guys who are your friends. Like I feel like everybody's friends nowadays. You know, like does the intensity level still stay high like in these games or what?
Yeah, like I think we're all super competitive, and it's kind of nice when you are playing one of your close friends. You know, if you're in their city, you can text them the night before. You'll usually always go get dinner and catch up, and it's great to have a relationship with guys like that, and yeah, it's great.
What about like when you're in the locker room, you get the notes of everybody in the league, right?
Yeah.
You ever go in the locker room and you get the fucking notes down, you chill, you have your coffee, and you're just looking through shit like blah, 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 blah. Do you ever look at your stats and be like, oh, I got more than you, motherfucker? And you go out and if I can turn it on and be like, check them stats out, homie. You ever do that shit?
No.
Because I would. It'd be hilarious.
Not really. I mean, I think everyone like watches each other that you're close friends with, so everyone kind of has an idea on who you're playing.
You don't need a reminder.
Whatever. Yeah.
And then plus you jinx yourself anyway.
Yeah. So when you're at the program and like you're getting close to like breaking records, like you broke like Kessel, Patrick Kane, like Austin Matthews, like you passed everybody. And I think Jack Hughes may have passed you. Was it goals or points?
Yeah.
What was it?
Points. I think
you still have the assist record?
I don't know, honestly. I don't he might have broke all of them, honestly.
He might have.
The next year or two.
But were you eyeing that? Like, I'm going to pass Patrick Kane. I'm going to pass Austin. I'm going to become the all-time leading scorer ever, which is pretty sick when you look at who's come through the program, man. It's amazing.
Yeah. After your first year at the program, everyone's always like, all right, you're going to struggle. You're this, that. Your team's going to lose a bunch, and it's going to be hard. And it was very hard, and we had a great team, and I just, I don't know, I found another level that I maybe didn't know I had at the time, and I had a great first year, and I had a lot of points, and I can't remember who pointed it out to me. They were like, you have like a chance to do something special, like, next year or whatever, and I ended up beating it, and I think it was our U18 Worlds. I was actually in North Dakota when I was like 4 points or something behind with like 7 games to go, so thankfully I got that, and at the time, actually, Adam Fox broke the defenseman record for points at the same tournament. It might have been on a pass that I gave him, and he scored. I can't remember exactly, but I still have the puck and everything.
How sick is he?
Jesus.
Unbelievable. I told every NHL team when I was got interviewed by all, 32 teams. I said, this guy he should go in the first round. I said, this guy is the smartest defenseman I've ever played with, and he just is better than anyone that I've played with. And here he is. He wins at Norris, second year in the league. And
where did he get drafted?
Calgary.
No, I mean, like what round?
Second round. No, second or third round, actually.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Well, he's not your typical, he's like my size, and, he put up a lot of points. No, he's probably 180.
You look 210.
Oh, okay. Thanks. But yeah, no, he, like I said, he was just like so smart. Like every time he would get the puck, he's so patient, and he'd read the game, and he was just unbelievable.
Did Patrick Kane text you when you passed him?
No,
No
love.
You love Patty
Andy.
too, don't you?
He was one of my favorite players growing up, for sure.
What about playing with Phil the Thrill?
Oh, Phil's the best.
All right, what was like? Were you excited? I remember talking to you like when he first, like you were in town when he first came to Arizona. You're like, I haven't even met him yet.
Yeah,
Were you excited to meet this guy? Like, is he who kind of like we envision him to be?
Yeah, he's the best. Like, he's like awesome to be around. He hangs out with us young guys like all the time. He loves to, golf with us and loves to gamble. Like, he just loves to gamble on the course with us, and it's just like super fun having him around. He's just like such a good guy. He's won cups. He's, had 100 points in the NHL. Like, he's just a great guy. He's
Will he take care of the
more.
boys and stuff like that when you guys go out? Like, is he?
Oh yeah, like he's awesome. Like, literally the best.
What do you do gambling wise? Do you gamble on the bus, plane, all that?
Like cards and stuff. I mean, sometimes, but I don't like playing cards on the plane. Like, some guys play like every flight, like all the time. I'm just like, I just want to go back and watch
jam
a movie,
out.
like like something like that. But every time we're on the plane, it's like, all right, these 4 guys are playing, those 4 guys are playing,
because it's concentration, like especially like 7 up, 7 down.
Yeah,
spades. I gotta I gotta calculate this. Like, I'm fucking concussed. I'm tired.
Exactly.
Get me out of this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too much, man. I'm just donating money at that point.
Yeah, I know.
Just to hang out with people.
Yeah.
He never gets hurt.
Yeah, I know. He's got the streak going.
He does.
It's crazy.
Does he train, like work out and everything?
Yeah, he's been working out with me.
Who we have on that said like he had like a crazy vertical?
He does. Yeah.
I'll never. You're an athlete,
like 40-something inches.
I'll never say it to his face, but he's like maybe like an inch taller than me, and he can like dunk a basketball.
No,
that means you're an athlete, though.
Yeah,
he's just a ridiculous athlete.
Well, he says he's like, I used to be able to dunk. He's like, I'm too old now, but like he still has like one of the highest, second highest vertical.
Watch him skate though, like he's athletic, man.
Yeah, he's a great golfer. Great, like he's a great athlete. Ping pong player.
His highlights, under 18 highlights. Oh my God, you fucking dominate.
Oh, he was amazing.
Oh my God, like, breakaway motherfucker.
He was supposed to be the first overall pick going into this draft year. Everyone thought he was going to go number 1 overall.
You guys are toying motherfuckers, man.
And then, so bad. And then he like, who? Him or Kessel?
No,
I know.
Him.
Oh, I thought you were about Kessel.
No. I'm talking about you. You guys were you breakaway left and right. I was watching all your highlights and shit, man.
Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Dominating these other countries.
He was. Oh my God. It wasn't even like fair. It was like the dream team.
I'm like, what are these guys? This is ridiculous. Back and forth, backdoor fucking bullshit. They must have got so pissed at you guys.
Yeah. No,
what did the program give you when you broke the record? They give you anything? Like a plaque?
I think they might have, and then they gave me like obviously the puck.
They got drafted.
And stuff like that.
Did you like the program?
I loved it, yeah.
Is it hard?
Yeah, it was tough. It was so much fun though, like just being with, 25 guys that you grew up playing against. Now you're all playing on the same team. You get to travel to Europe. You go to school together. I mean, you do everything together.
You got the USA on your fucking
chest, it's
baby.
Like no better
That's
feeling. Like, yeah.
Time to talk a little bit about Daredevil Hockey, the ultimate in performance plus protection. Daredevil is a lightweight compression-based layer designed with Kevlar cut-resistant fabric overlays that protects all the vulnerable areas of the upper and lower body from skate lacerations. Get yours now. www.daredevilhockey.com. Use that promo code Cam Strick. You'll save 25%. Now back to the interview.
Let's go.
You think about the Olympics?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that's a goal of mine and something that I'd love to do. I think this year is gonna tell if I have a chance or not. So, just gonna play and do everything I can.
How do you view this year? I feel like you're like taking your training to the next level. Like you got a different level of like focus in your eye a little bit. You're like, all right, man. It's go time. How many years is this for you now? 4th or 5th?
My 5th year.
Fifth year. Like you're ready. Like to take it to the next level. I feel it.
Yeah, definitely. That's something that I want to do. And, the NHL is a tough league, and to be one of the best players, you have to have a certain mindset, every single day of, all right, what can I do to get better? And, there's, however many other guys that are working hard and are pushing to get my spot. So, it's definitely something that, that I focus on and, have really done this summer to get to the next level and, be more consistent and, stuff like that.
Dude, do you now 5 years in, so in training camp, like, he's got to be the guy, too. Like, come here, like, the young kids. Like, what do you want to do? Let me show you around real quick and shit like that. Are you kind of doing that? You got your car there. You got your house there. You know where the restaurants are.
Yeah.
You taking care of the young kids?
Yeah, definitely.
That helps a lot.
I was super lucky. My first year, Max Domi really took me under his wing. He's an unbelievable guy, and he was awesome. Like, the summer there before I lived at his house, no one was there. He's like, you can live there. So that was great.
What kind of place did he have?
Yeah.
A really nice place as well.
Nicer than Austin?
Was Ty hanging down there?
Ty was, yeah.
Was he?
Ty, yeah, Ty's the best. Yeah. So
he's always happy now. He's the happiest guy in the world. I love it.
He was unbelievable. I would eat. He had a chef, and every time.
You have a chef?
I do. Yeah.
Hell yeah, you should.
All right,
have
we're
a
talking
chef.
about the chef next.
Good,
Go ahead.
Fucking right.
Go ahead.
What do you want me to talk?
I want to know about. I want a chef.
Be healthy.
I need a chef.
You don't eat anything.
Hold on. So Domi had a chef.
Yeah, Domi had a chef, and my first year I'd always eat pregame meal at his house. So that was always awesome. And when Ty would come into town, Ty would always be there, and he would just be heckling Max the whole time. They'd be chirping each other they're like wrestling. It was awesome. Like
wrestling?
Ty was the best.
What are they wrestling around on the ground?
Yeah, whatever.
Dude, it's hilarious.
They're probably best friends.
They
man.
are chirping each other all the time.
But they're best buddies. They're
always
like,
on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love that.
It's hilarious.
It's healthy.
So the chef.
Yeah.
Okay, so like you pick the menu. Like is he? Like, he just comes over? Does he live
Could
at the
be a
house?
she,
Like,
Andy.
how does it work?
It's a he, but it's
Chef Ramsay.
That's cool.
Cam, you wouldn't have a.
I'm just saying.
What are you trying to say?
You could be female chef too. I'm just saying. There's a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah, so he was actually Max's chef before he got traded. So then when he got traded, I was like, "Hey, like, will you work for me?" And at the time, I lived with Christian Fisher, so we split the cost and everything like that. And he was awesome. Like he would say that he could make whatever he wanted, but we would kind of just let him go on his own page and do everything. So like it was all healthy stuff, like everything. Like
so you don't even know what you're having.
Yeah,
is he making breakfast?
Like fried chicken and stuff?
No,
I know.
Is he making breakfast?
Yeah, he'll make breakfast.
Does he live with you?
No, but he would come every day, make breakfast. We'd go to the rink. He'd make lunch. Then he'd make dinner.
Yeah,
Dude, that's what I need.
That's pan.
What are you paying this chef? What does it cost to get a chef?
Question.
I think it was $5,000 a month, split between two guys.
We could do that.
That's a couple
Andy.
sponsors.
Are you like, hey? Are you ever like, listen, dude? I scored 4 fucking goals the other day. Give me some motherfucking bacon.
No, cook the same shit.
Give me some motherfucking bacon right quick. No, give me. I want that fat ass tomahawk, homie. And he's like, no, we need this stuff.
We're gonna have wheatgrass.
We're gonna have wheatgrass again. Like, god damn it, I want a fucking tomahawk.
No, he was easy. Like, I would almost eat the same thing like every night before the game, especially if I played well or whatever, and I felt good. I would do the same thing. So he was great. He would kind of do whatever he wanted.
Does he clean up?
Oh yeah.
Andy, he keeps the shit
everywhere.
I mean,
does he leave dishes out? That's what I want to know. I mean, whoever cooks, you got to clean up.
5 G's a fucking month.
He was unbelievable. Like he went over the top for us, and we were so lucky.
He brings the groceries with him and everything.
Yeah.
Or is he just like, okay, what do you guys have?
What do you have here? Oh, you have spaghetti.
Here's one of these.
Chinese food from 3 days ago.
He texts you, hey, can you go pick up some?
Are you like this with him though? Like, hey, dude, I'm having a party. Let's get this motherfucker catered. I got people coming over. Can you hook it up? I'll give you a couple G notes, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, he would do that, and he also does like a lot of private parties himself with other local chefs. So like some nights he'd be like, "Hey, is it cool if I don't come to dinner?" I'd be like, "Yeah, that's
do it
fine."
all by himself, or does he have a partner?
All by himself. Like the private parties he does with someone else, but me and Fish, he would do everything for us.
So you still have him now? So like,
actually, I gotta find a different one next year.
What happened to him?
He moved to Seattle with his brother, and they got like a good job out there. So.
Be a really good job.
Yeah, so
did he have other clients too? Like, I mean, I'm not so sure he made a wise career choice.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, what are you doing? Like
the Kraken hire him?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, he. So yeah, I don't know. He just he wanted to go live with his brother and do stuff out there. But he would when we would go on the sometimes we could be on the road for 2.5 weeks. So he was just in Arizona, like he had nothing to do. So
go golf.
He would just he would golf. He would do private parties.
His only job.
No, but like when I was in town, that's what his job was. But if I was gone, then he can do private parties. He can do anything else.
The
that
best
he wants.
case. What is wrong?
I need
email that motherfucker and be like, "What are you doing? Let's go.
Come on now.
I need to get in shape.
Cut me a deal. Can we trade it out?
Would you do 1,000 a month?
Will you do 1,000?
Yeah.
1,000.
That's so funny.
What's his specialty though? Like, what's your pregame?
Are you picky?
Am I picky? No, not at all. I'll eat anything. Like,
will you?
Anything but like I hate onions.
In-N-Out burger, you eat that shit? You eat?
You like meat?
I mean, sometimes, yeah.
Do you like meat like a man?
Yeah.
So you're
I
a
like
man.
Steak, yeah.
Okay, I was just wondering. I was just asking.
Well, a lot of the players nowadays, they're like vegan.
I know. Yeah.
Like on your team too? Cam doesn't understand that.
Yeah, the 35-year-olds are vegans because they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think everyone's
They're trying to hang on for another year.
Okay, they're like, I can't lose weight that easy, so I'm going to be a fucking vegan. I got 16 to bank.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think everyone's different, but he'll make us, like I said, anything.
Does the team give you like lunch after practice?
Yeah, we have breakfast and lunch, and sometimes I would eat like breakfast at home, like a little bit, and then I would eat at breakfast at the rink, and then I would eat lunch at the rink, and then like 2 hours later I would come like.
We got to find you a new chef. Can Cam and I handle the interview process?
I'll cook for you. I got a great sponsor, Corner Butcher. I got some fat ass fucking.
I got Paul's
Andy,
Market. He'll hook you up too.
Right.
Listen, but I think Cam, I think we should do the interview process, okay? And we're gonna interview this. We got to figure out.
How about we have a cook off and then he tastes it?
Oh, there you go.
That'd be sick.
We should have a cook
with meat though.
We can do a little mixture of everything.
We could do fish.
Hold on. So, have you started interviewing chefs yet or no?
No, not yet. But I know a couple in the area that kind of do something similar, even if it's
like Larry Fitzgerald's guy or anybody like.
I don't know. That's probably a little more expensive.
That's fucking 15 G's.
For his chef.
Yeah.
Imagine like leaving for Seattle and making fucking you're making more than that. I'm like,
dude, you're cooking for like an NHL.
What are you cooking for these guys? They're like,
I'll
take it easy.
You know, Schwartzy ain't paying for his ass. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh man, dude,
that's funny. So you skate how often now?
In the summer?
Yeah.
I'm a guy that likes to skate a lot.
I know you are.
Yeah, he
you know what the
does.
rink manager,
does.
Ken Davies, I'll give him a shout out at Kirkwood. And his son, Michael, was a good player at 97. You play with him growing up.
Yeah, great
whatever.
player.
Really good defenseman. Played at Denver, won a national championship. You know little
Kirkwood?
Michael.
Yeah. I
Mikey
know
Davies,
him.
man.
Oh God, yeah.
Great kid. And he's like, yeah, Clayton. And his dad was telling me, I had my son out there or whatever. He's like, Clayton used to come up here and skate. Like, couldn't get him off the ice. Like, you drive all the way to Kirkwood to skate as a young kid.
Yeah.
Like, you're one of those. You just couldn't get enough.
We'd invite him.
Yeah.
He'd come out with everybody, man.
Yeah.
All those.
When did you
guys.
start skating with the Blues in the summertime?
Probably my first year at the program. I think it was like Cam, Patty, Phil McRae, Kramer, Bolig, all those guys. So we would all kind of just like skate together. We skated at Merrimack, right?
Yeah.
Hey, were we nice to you?
Yeah.
Did we not treat you guys like fucking gold?
You did.
I'd bring him in like story time.
Yeah.
Hang out.
I would still be at the rink 2 hours later, just listening to
That's
Cam.
what you got to do.
I pumped their fucking tire every day. I'm like, God, you guys look. I chirp you a little bit off the bat, but then it all settled down on the ice.
You don't understand.
They
Like,
were so
we
good.
love the St. Louis kids. Like
We love
when
you
they
guys.
play well, we're like so
I know.
happy. We're like, oh,
You're part of us. Like, fuck that. Like, we brag about you motherfuckers to everybody, just so you guys know.
I always say if I was a GM, I'd get them all together.
I'd get you all on my fucking
I'm
team.
gonna trade for all. I'm gonna have them all on the same team.
Oh my God,
like
yeah.
it.
It'd be the coolest.
Who was
thing
your
in the
best
world.
friend growing up? Was it Logan?
Yeah, probably Logan. Yeah.
Was his dad like? You're like, I mean, he kind of
he hard on
paved the
you?
way for you, didn't he? A little bit hockey wise.
Yeah, him and Walt.
Big Walt.
They
Big Walt was playing a lot of the time too, though, right?
Yeah, he was. Mr. Brown, he was unbelievable. Like
Mr. Brown,
that's funny.
You could tell that he loved the game and he saw something like special in us and our team, and like just the way that he coached us was unbelievable. Like he was hard on us, but the thing is we always competed in practice. We weren't just doing like, all right, flow drills. Like we were always doing like skill stuff. We were doing like 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s, 1-on-1s. Like it was always fun. Like we loved going to practice. So I think like hopefully like, coaches nowadays like don't get away from that. Like everything's like so serious. Like to get to the NHL, I think when you have fun, that's when you want to go back. Especially when you're young, like and you're with your best friends. 4 nights a week, like
competing with each other.
Yeah, you're fighting each other, like locker boxing the locker, like just little things like that.
How good was Logan as a kid?
Oh, Logan was awesome. Yeah, we played together a long time.
Same line, whatever. Always together.
Yeah, he was awesome. Obviously,
I could have coached
so
that
smart.
Yeah,
you couldn't have.
Yeah. Logan and Clayton just go back out.
Double shift in here. Hey, who's a kid that you played against with that badass AAA team? And it's so funny, man. And Andy, too, from coaching for a long time, where you're playing against a team like CompuWare or something, or they had a kid that fucking is unreal, just like you guys, that didn't do anything.
You probably played against McDavid as a kid, didn't you?
I think he played on the 96s, and when I played for the 97s, obviously, he was a 97, but he played in 96s, so I never got to play that. But
who else were you playing against?
McAvoy, who else? Barzell, Fab. Like, there's just
how was Barzy back
so
in the
many
day?
guys.
Oh, okay.
Unbelievable.
Where's he from?
He's from Vancouver.
Okay,
yeah.
So
we'd always play in like
tournament or something,
summer tournaments, like the Can-Am. Remember that tournament? I wonder if that's still a thing. Yeah,
Brownie had these guys. He had these guys playing in Canada all the time.
Yeah,
far away, not just like Toronto, but like you'd go to other places too, right?
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. But I'm trying to think. The best team we played was probably when I was with the 97s. It was like. They're the Marlies team. They were just unbelievable.
Who was on
Mitchell Stevens, who played for Tampa, he was unbelievable.
Toronto Marlies?
Oh,
they
God,
had
man.
Ricky Nash.
They're always
back in the day.
They were probably the best team. But then Honey Baked was good growing up. Honey Baked and CompuWare probably gave us the best game. I'm trying to think of which team.
Honey Baked.
Honey
Baked. For our age, like Nick Passagov. Who else? Sean Day was there at the time for a little bit. Trying to think who else. A couple guys that ended up not making it that were great players.
That's what my point is. When we played Honey Bake, they have so many guys that were so good, Andy, but didn't make it. But the kid that wasn't that good is the one that made it. It's really fucking weird.
Yeah, it's funny. Everyone said whenever hitting would start that I wouldn't be good either, and I don't think anything changed really.
Let me take my shirt off and put it on Instagram.
But you even said, I remember talking to you at the draft, like right after you were drafted, and we did an interview, whatever, and I was like, how long until you're in the NHL? And you were like, I don't know, I probably need like a year, maybe. and like, sure enough,
was he wrong?
No, 100% right.
Exactly right.
And you're in the league right away, like
yeah.
How do you handle the perception of being a smaller player? Could you handle it? Were you going to be? Because I know you hear it, man, and people would say it. When you first came into the NHL, I'm sure your coaches back then were even like concerned about it and whatever, and didn't truly know if you could handle it.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think I've always been used to it. Everyone always saying he's a smaller guy. Once hitting starts, he's not going to be as good. And my dad and grandpa would always be like, just wait. And that's kind of how it was. And I've always had that inner drive. And my dad like always instilled that in me. Like if I want to make it, I have to work twice as hard as anyone else. He said that to me a million times. And he was right. Like just everything I did in the basement and working out and just being committed and watching hockey and, seeing stuff on TV and trying it the next day in practice. Like I just always had motivation to prove people wrong. And I knew how good I could always be.
Let me say something real quick.
Yeah.
Just so all the hockey dads and moms that are listening, which there's thousands upon thousands, in the basement. You did shit in the basement, not just at the fucking rink where the parents have to pay all the money. We talk about this all the time, Andy. You did shit in the basement, meaning your dad had a little structure down there, probably the size of this room, where you could shoot pucks and shoot pucks. Tell me how much that helped you in your career, just being able to do it at your house?
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, when I used to go to practice when I was younger, I lived a little bit away, so I'd drive like 30 minutes from there, and I'd get there early, and I'd watch the skates before, and you know how the pucks would go over the glass.
Yeah, stick on that mug.
I would go grab like every night. I'd grab like 40 pucks. So it just adds up. They're all in my basement now. There's like 1,000 down there. So at the time, I would just always like go down there and shoot on them stick handle. Like my dad would he never picked up a hockey stick. He'd pass me the puck. Like my grandpa would just sit down there and watch me. Like he'd watch me right after school for like an hour, and then I'd go to the rink, and then I'd get home and I'd do the same thing. Like it was just always down there. Like
when did your focus became? It was all about making it. Like you really wanted to truly make it. Like was that your drive and your mentality at like a very young age? Were you thinking NHL the whole time?
Yeah, like I think every kid dreams of playing in the NHL, and then I think there's a certain point when they're like, all right, I can really do something with this. And I think, like I said, I think from a young age, I just loved watching hockey, and I was like, I want to be like that guy, like Sidney Crosby, Patrick Kane, Alex Ovechkin. Like I had fat heads. I don't know if you saw that picture of all those guys.
Yeah, in your basement.
In my basement down there. So like that
one of Andy at Parkway North?
I don't have one of those.
We'll make one for you.
They cost a lot of money.
I need a Cam one though.
Cam Strick Podcast here for our boy Dan Bellman with Bellman.com.
Yeah, baby.
You need some new wheels? Why not get a Cadillac, a Buick, a GMC? Head out to Troy today. And again, don't forget about Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram right across the street.
No doubt.
Right there in Troy, Missouri. Visit them online. Check out their new selection, the pre-owned selection, the best service you will find anywhere in the country. Bellman.com. BEHLMANN.com. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the summer.
Yeah.
Now back to the interview. I ask guys this all the time, and everyone seems to have a story about it. But the first time you play against Crosby or you play against Ovechkin, Kane, you wouldn't be human if it wasn't like, wow, this is really cool, you know?
Probably the first time playing Crosby was pretty cool. Like that, I wore 87 a little bit growing up. Like I loved him, like all the diving goals, and he's not the biggest guy either. Obviously he's a little bit heavier than me, but he's not big. Like he was just an absolute stud. Like my dad was like, you see how he acts off the ice, like that's how you want to act. Like never messes up off the ice. He's like straight arrow. He's respectful. He's a great hockey player and a better guy off the ice. So
kind of perfect is what he is.
Any of these guys ever say anything to you on the ice, like your rookie year, like welcome kid, whatever?
Probably, I don't know. The cool thing for me is like some guys would I was on like a little bit of a tear there to start, and some guys would ask for like my stick, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Who was asking?
Who asked that?
Oh man, I they wouldn't even tell me. My equipment guy would be like, hey, some guy wants your stick, maybe not even signed, just to try it.
Could have been an equipment manager.
Or that even that's cool to me. Just someone wanting my stick.
It was probably Crosby.
It was Andy, actually. He gave it to some guy for a charity event.
It was probably Crosby. Crosby wanted it. Kane wanted it.
I know a lot of guys in the league will literally ask for someone else's stick and then they'll use it.
Really?
Malkin, my cousin was actually telling me this, but Malkin was once messing with Tarasenko stick, and he got one from morning skate and used it that night. Some guys are crazy like that. I could never do that, but
if you were Tarasenko, would that bother you? He's using your stick for that night, whatever. Again,
a fellow Russian,
no.
A fellow Russian, yeah.
Well, I'm just saying in general.
Now, if it was me taking the stick or something, he'd be like, "What the fuck is this guy? What is he doing?"
So it's the wrong hand.
Well, that too.
You ever asked for a stick?
Yeah.
From whom?
I love the whole stick thing, all that stuff. So I got one from Kane. God, I have so many. Kane, I got a Crosby one. Who else do I have?
Who's an older guy?
I have a Doughty, Kopitar. There's more guys that I want to get eventually. I'll just ask.
Who's on your wish list?
I don't know. I like a Thornton stick. McKinnon. Who else? There's so many great players. Ovechkin. I don't think I have an Ovechkin stick, but that's one I'd love to get.
Yeah, you got to get an Ovi stick. Make sure you get it the night he breaks Gretzky's record, too.
Get Ovi everything. Get everything. Get his fucking jock strap. Who gives a shit? Like, I think we have the same kind of jock.
Hey, but since you mentioned it a couple times, I got to ask you, so I don't want to make you like too emotional or whatever, but like your grandpa.
Yeah.
Like, he was everything to you, right?
Yeah.
Drove you to the rink. Because people don't realize AAA practice out of the old Chesterfield rink, right? Mm-hmm. Hardy's Iceplex. Yep. And you're living in Swansea, Illinois. Yeah. Which is not right down the street. So how long is the commute back and forth?
Probably about like 45 minutes. Okay, 40 to 45. Sometimes there's traffic.
Without traffic.
In AAA, like they're practicing at least 3 times a week. Brownie probably had you practicing at like 6 in the morning before school.
Just fine.
So you're driving back and forth. Yeah. But like those car rides with your grandpa, man, those must be like some of the best hockey memories you have.
Yeah, definitely. He was awesome. Like I would go to school and then every single day he would pick me up, like no matter if I had hockey or not, but he would pick me up and then he would drive me right to hockey. He'd always have like food for me, like all the time. Drive me all the way to hockey, and he would watch the whole practice, and then we would like go get food like at like Lion's Choice or something, and then I'd drive 40 minutes home and do the same thing the next day. So he was awesome. He was everything for me. Everything in the summer when my dad worked a lot, traveled a lot. My mom did a lot of stuff for me as well, but he was like the one that drove me around a ton, like just summer camps, like you name it. He was always there for me and always, loved the game. And like, even if you have other guys on, they'll tell you like he used to tie guys' skates, like Logan. He used to tie Logan's skates, Luke Martin, Trent, like all of us. He would like tie our skates and stuff. So it was pretty cool.
I'm surprised Frederick.
How old were you when that happened, by the way? Because if you're too old for that, then it's a little bit too.
When he's tying his skates.
He's trying. Poor guy.
Probably like 5th grade, 6th grade. Maybe?
But do you realize how much he loved that, by the way?
Yeah.
Do you realize how much where he's just cruising around, having his coffee. Oh, man.
Yeah. Frederick's ever asked you like to move in? Like, because they have like exchange students, they'll have guys like,
oh my God, if they're 8 foot tall.
And they're like, you know what? Like, I know they are. Hey,
Jesus Christ.
They're like, maybe
are we getting into this again, Andy?
You don't need to drive 45 minutes each way if you just want to live here. Did they ever offer you a spot to stay?
I'm sure they would have been fine with it.
Don't make me get started on this again.
Oh my God!
I'm serious.
Cam couldn't believe it. He was like, "What?
No, it's about Clayton. It's about Clayton.
I met him before.
Oh, he's cool. He goes to Pepperdine. I was talking to Big Bobby Frederick about it last night.
He's cool.
Yeah.
He's running the show in that house right now.
Oh my God! So you don't make it without your grandpa. Honestly, like, how would you have gotten to practice?
Yeah, no one. My mom worked at the time. Both my parents worked, so he was the one that, like I said, did everything for me and made that sacrifice and drove me to practice all those times.
All right, since your parents weren't hockey people, though, like, did they know what you were doing? Were they ever thinking, like, okay, this hockey isn't going anywhere. We're driving 45 minutes each way. Mm-hmm. What are we doing? It's kind of like, Cam, like, spending, like, the family couldn't even eat because he's got to go to, like, a hocky weekend or something like that.
My mom's like, oh, you're going to fucking Michigan again, Denny?
So, but they always, they knew that you were special, which is what you have to be. Listen, we just had Jeff Gorton on, he was the GM of the Rangers, and up until about 3 games left in the season. Driver. But like he's like, if you want to play in the NHL under 6 feet, like you got to be special. That's just the bottom line, Yeah. So did they know you were special?
Yeah, I think so for sure. I think my dad definitely knew I was special, and I think like Coach Brown and Big Walt, like they also like kind of like instilled it maybe into him like over time, just like he has a chance to be a good player, and I think that like really helped. And then obviously I wasn't big at the time like ever, and that's when I was saying like he would always tell me like if you want to make it, you're gonna have to work twice as hard, like. And I'd always watch like the smaller guys, Patrick Kane, like Marty St. Louis, and other smaller players, so guys like that. So yeah.
How hard was Keith Tkachuk on Matthew and Brady, and Jeff on Logan? Like everyone thinks, whatever, like NHL guy, they favored their kids, man, but they were hard on their own kids too, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I think Walt and Jeff were hard on both of us, but in good ways, like not just only Brady and Matthew or Logan, like they were hard on all of us. And I don't think anything like sticks out of them. I'm sure there was times when they were hard on them, but like everyone's parents are.
Piano on your back.
Okay, you went to Shattuck.
Yeah.
For like 1 year, right?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Was that hard to leave? Like, how did you tell Brownie, I'm leaving, or was he already gone? Was he already in Indy?
Well, there was like I remember like someone was saying like, oh, you might take the job for the Indiana Ice, and
SHL,
I forget who reached out to me. I think it was Graham McPhee, his dad, George, obviously with Vegas, but we played together in like the junior Bruins, like when we were like 12 or whatever. And he was one of the guys going, and he texted me. He was like, hey, I'm going to wherever. Like, it's a great school. You should check it out. Like, we're going to have a great team. So I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And I ended up going there, loving it, and loving the campus and all that cool stuff and stuff
You're
like
glad
that.
you went
so,
there.
yeah, super glad. And I, like, grew up. Like, at first I was like, am I going to be homesick or anything like that? Like, you're living with a roommate. You're living in a dorm, living in Minnesota, snowing, minus whatever. And I actually wasn't homesick one bit because you're with your team like all the time and you're with your buddies, so it's not like you're ever like have time to like sit down and be like, oh, like I'm.
So you left town at what age?
14.
14.
Oh wow, that's young, man.
That's young.
That's fucking young,
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
14 and 15 lived on my own, and then my when I was at the U.S. program, my mom moved up with me. To live
did
with
she?
me. Yeah.
Oh,
A lot of parents do that.
Yeah. So
if you can,
You hang out at Kachuk's house.
what's that?
Kachuk had a house up there.
Yeah,
didn't
he did. Yeah. So my mom was up there. Chantel was up there. Walt was up there. Yeah, it was great. A lot of the guys on the 97 team had like their parents out there as well, so it was good. So actually, not to bring up a sad story, but my grandpa was actually supposed to move out there with me, and he ended up passing away. So then my mom was like, okay, like I'll see if I can make it work. So she like basically quit her job and moved out with me and lived with me for 2 years. So
Yeah,
that was
sacrifice,
that's
man.
all
how
y'all
you do
listen
it.
to that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you guys, hockey's no joke. You got to
Yeah.
sacrifice.
Your mom's dad?
What's that?
Your mom's dad?
Yes.
Your grandpa?
Yeah.
Damn. All right, you played in the NHL All-Star game,
Yeah.
right? I mean, how old was that? Your second year in the league?
Yeah, 19. Yeah.
Jeez.
19, 20. Yeah.
What'd you do that weekend? Who were you hanging out with then?
Yeah, we're like, can I hang out with the older cats? What y'all doing?
Y'all going out?
Yeah, where are all you rich folk going?
No, it was
where am I?
Where
right
am
now?
I? Where are the big boys at?
yeah, exactly. No, it was a great experience. Like all my family came out, obviously, and it was a great time. Like I had a couple other buddies there, like former program guys, but like I'm obviously not the most talkative guy, so it's not like I was like making like I was just I had
have
a
your
blast.
stick?
Like
Hi, I'm Clayton.
yeah,
Poor
Believe,
kid.
believe me,
I would have
am.
came with you and just been your like
They probably thought
sidekick.
you were like, they probably thought
I'll bring you the next
Are you
one.
the stick boy?
Hi, this is Clayton. Everybody, say hi to him.
Yeah, he's the equipment guy.
yeah.
Oh
19.
man,
But
that's
yeah,
awesome.
They're all good, you though, right?
Yeah, they were all
right,
awesome.
cool.
Like I sat next to Draisaitl and Pedersen at the time, and they were awesome guys. Like awesome to chat with them.
Not that
talk
much
about their
older than you.
seasons.
Yeah, I know Pedersen.
Pedersen's like
Yeah, that was his first year. Yeah,
He was
my
scared
second year.
too. Shit.
Yeah, so yeah, it was great
Sweet.
experience. Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully
right,
many more to come.
Dude, you're doing good, man. You look good. You're doing
Thank
good,
you.
man. You are.
Thank you.
got a good thing going. You really
Thank
do.
you.
Especially that new house she's got going. Andy, we gotta get down there,
Hey,
homie.
people chirp you on the ice or no? They leave you alone.
Yeah, what do they say?
Not really. No, like I'm trying to think of.
Let me know.
I don't know. Like maybe some guy hits me and like he chirps me, but like nothing.
Have you ever
Just
come
let us
close?
know.
Have you ever come close to getting in a fight?
Andy,
Has
don't
it ever
ask
been
stupid.
close?
Why you do? I don't want him fight. Look at his beautiful
No, he
face.
said last night he's not fighting. He's not going to be
No.
fighting. But has it
Nah,
ever?
but if you do, you gotta tell us.
there was a
Somebody grab
there
you?
was a scrum
Let me know.
once. That was actually against Colorado. What's his name? Not Landeskog. Who's the other guy? Finnish guy.
McKinnon? Oh,
No.
Rantanen?
Rannon. Yeah. So he hit. There was like an empty
can
net. It
hit
was
Can't
like
do anything about that one.
You can handle him.
I can't do
He's like
it.
6'5".
yeah, he's huge. Yeah, it was like there was like an empty net. The puck went down, and he like kind of pushed OEL from like behind, and he like bundied himself in the boards, and then so like I kind of like went up to Rantanen, like I like pushed him a little bit, and then there was like a massive like scrum like that, but it was never like an actual fight. Like he just like I just like hit him as hard as I could. He didn't move a bit, and then he just kind of like tackled me down, and Landeskog tackled me down after that. So and then,
I'll have a talk with
And that
him.
was
Landeskog, he's pretty tough.
I'll write him an
Are
email.
you bigger than Garland?
yeah.
Are you?
Yeah.
I like him.
He's
man.
pretty
He's
good.
a
At
fun
it.
Yeah, great player. Awesome.
He's really
I like
good.
the way he plays.
Very skilled.
How come no one
smart.
knew who he was? He just kind of came out of nowhere.
He owned the Blues last year.
He did. So
Oh.
did this guy, man. This guy's the Blues crusher.
You both own the. That was the worst.
That's when we were playing on the line
had that
together.
line, yeah.
You
me,
guys
him, and
shot
sponsors. Yeah, but no, geez, unbelievable player. Like he had like 400 points in the Quebec League. Like he was just obviously an undersized guy. Like different route. Like, but he was awesome to play with, and we still keep in touch.
Your
all
first
the time.
NHL game, though, real quick, you played in St. Louis.
Yeah.
So, like, were you looking at that? Like, did it just work out that way? I know the team just lost, but were you like, hey, if we lose this game, like, I could sign tomorrow, and then my first game could be in St. Louis? Like, be honest here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
like,
knew that was a possibility.
all my buddies like back home were like, oh, like the Blues are playing the Coyotes, and I was like, I'm about to play UMD in the game to get in the Frozen Four. Like that's the last thing I want to like thinking about. But obviously, yeah, like I saw it on the schedule, and then we ended up we dominated UMD. We should have lost in North Dakota, but anyways, we dominated them. Then they tied it up 2-2, going to overtime, penalty. They score right away, so I was like, wow, what now? And then flew right to Boston that night, and then packed like a bag for like 2 weeks, left all my stuff in my dorm room, and then flew right to St. Louis here. My dad picked me up, and then went right to the hotel. And next morning, pregame skate and played. So
Yeah.
All the
Get it done,
students
baby.
in the dorm were like, where are you going, Clayton?
I'm going to St. Louis, okay? I'm going to St. Louis. Take care of business.
What are
Watch
you doing?
my stuff.
Yeah.
Watch my stuff. Meanwhile, they're scavenging through all your shit.
I got robbed once there.
I bet you fucking did.
You got what?
Robbed.
Here's
Where?
your
in
roommate.
my dorm room.
When you were living there?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't in there, but like when we were gone, me and Dante Fabro lived together, and we would never lock our door because like we were like, all right, whatever, and
It's a smart thing to do. Don't lock a door.
Signing bonuses in there.
yeah, and so
Christ.
yeah,
Like, we just saw this kid in St. Louis play against the fucking Blues. Like, I'm gonna go into this fucking dorm.
yeah, but no, he stole like a jacket from me, like a nice like Canadian Goose jacket that I just got, and the kid next to me, I literally saw him walk out of the dorm with it, and I was with.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I was with Jordan Greenway. I was like,
He's
dude,
a badass.
Curb stomp him.
I think that's my jacket. And then so like we like go up to my room, and like 10 minutes later we hear like the door open next, and then we just knock on his door like, hey, like that's my jacket. And then like whatever, gives it back. Next morning, me and Fabro wake up, and there's 2 watches sitting in front of our door, and he had stolen those too, but we didn't know.
brought 'em back?
And he brought them back.
He was so scared. He's like, just Jordan Greenway.
It was like our World Junior.
I was gonna say like that guy's kind of big.
It was our World Junior watches too, like from
Really?
like
Oh,
the
damn.
team. So like
Were
we
they
just
like-
had them like sitting in a drawer, and he took them. We had no idea. And next morning, 2 sitting in a plastic
Andy?
bag.
It was the same guy
Take care
who
of
probably
that.
did it.
Same guy,
So did you guys
100%.
go back to him again? I'm like,
No, we just left it honestly
Shake 'em
because
down.
we were like,
Let me see what else is in there. You
Yeah,
got my
exactly.
underwear too, you psycho.
I don't want to like rat on, like I don't know, maybe I
you
did
didn't,
the
you
wrong
didn't call
thing.
the cops or anything.
No,
Don't worry about that thief. He's a
Yeah.
good guy.
Did you go to class?
Yeah, I was blessed to have like the schedule that we had at BU. Like it was unbelievable. Like I had
Like what?
no more than 2 classes a day, and Wednesdays I didn't have class, and so like I would just wake up. We could like skate whenever we wanted to. That was pretty cool. Like we could just wear like sweatpants and like shin pads and go out there and mess around. So I'd like eat breakfast, go to the rink, mess around, like
With
go to
nobody out
class.
there?
Yeah, no one out there. Or like me and my roommate, we had the same exact schedule, so we would just go mess around for
Where's
an
he
hour.
now?
Nashville.
Nashville, that's right.
Yeah, so it was great.
Terrible place.
Yeah, I know.
Oh God. Look, Lukey kind of is doing good down
he
there.
just hates being a
Lukey's probably like, oh God, what am I doing downtown Nashville?
No,
I
I
scored
know.
2 goals.
Where's
What
your
am I
favorite
doing?
road city?
Maybe here, probably.
Yeah.
I'd
Oh,
say.
that's
You like
easy
coming
answer.
here.
Yeah, I like coming here. Yeah, if not, like Rangers, MSG's unbelievable. Vegas, unbelievable. Nashville's a good one.
Yes, it is.
There's so many great places. to
Chicago's cool.
play. Chicago's
Montreal's
up there
fucking
too.
cool.
Yeah, there's some real
Toronto's
good
Toronto's
ones.
cool. You're gonna
Yeah.
be go fucking dominate in Toronto. You're gonna fucking smile.
Edmonton.
No, it's not cool. It's fucking miserable. Okay. You walk out there, your goddamn nostrils stick together like. I can't wait to play tonight.
I can't believe this kid at BU. Like, it's where all the smart kids go, and he stole
He's
his
smart.
coat. Like, who does that?
I know.
Stole his coat? I don't know, man.
Does Andy need to get on this or what?
I might have.
Yeah,
Was
you
he
might.
got
Stop
scared.
doing that to Clayton.
But did Greenway get in his face, or like was he like, "Hey, dude, give him his coat back now"? Like, it wasn't like that.
No, it was just like he was like, I was like scared to talk, so I was like, "Hey, you
Like,
talk."
what else
to
you
him.
got in there, homeboy?
I'm Clayton. I'm going to be an NHL.
I need to look around right now. Okay.
Can I have my coat back, please, and my
please.
watches? And I won't tell anyone.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff, man. Hey,
Man, we love you, man.
Rick Taka, that was your boy too, right? You
Yeah,
like Rick?
I like talk a lot. Yeah, great guy.
Where's he at now?
He's
Assistant somewhere, right?
I don't know. He's not. He doesn't have a job yet.
No.
He
Yeah.
will.
I'll get a
It's all
job.
good, dude.
You know the new coach?
I've chatted with him a little bit. Yeah. Hopefully he's.
Had
really
you heard
good for
about
us.
him and all that before he got there? Like he coached with Hockey Canada.
A little bit. Yeah, he coached Barrett Hayton at the World Juniors.
Oh,
so he
Be a
obviously
young
knew
coach,
him.
man. It'd be good for you guys.
Yeah.
I think, you
Let's
know?
go do
Yeah.
your thing, dude.
Yeah.
Be a leader next year, dude.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Take care of the young kids.
You're gonna have a great year, man.
Thank you very much.
We love you,
coming in and
man.
doing
We
this,
love you,
man.
dude.
You're the best, dude.
You did good last night,
Anytime.
too. All the women folk were crazy about all you guys looking handsome up there. Your hair looked good.
I know. My wife's
Andy
like,
looked pretty good, too. Andy, your suit looked fucking good.
did it?
Joey's a little tight. Joey's suit was a little tight.
How do you know? You saw video?
I saw video of it.
Why did you show up?
I ain't leaving my
I
house.
told him
I ain't
to
leaving my
come.
house.
I'm like,
I
you gonna
know.
come, dude?
I ain't leaving
Should've.
my house. Look, I could.
I said it
I've
was
seen you today.
downtown.
What else we want to
Yeah,
do?
I go. It's downtown. He's like, I ain't going.
I ain't going downtown.
Where do you live? Chesterfield?
The wealthy part of Franklin County.
He lives like so far out.
Yeah, you're
on a
telling me.
course.
St. Albans.
He
I'll
lives,
take you.
Yeah.
he lives in the 11th ranked golf course in Missouri.
It's 7 and 8 actually.
Depending on which ranking you look.
7 and 8. And,
You got the boat out there or what?
no, the boat got totaled. Did I take you on that fucking thing?
No.
Oh,
you almost did one. You almost took a couple of us one time.
Oh
but-
yeah, it's probably for the best I didn't.
Yeah.
We would have gotten into a jam and I would have ruined both of you guys. Not good. We wouldn't be talking right now. That's right.
Yeah.
I'll take you out, man. I'm gonna have you guys all come out and golf.
Yeah.
Andy and I are gonna do a cool golf thing out there. And shit.
Yeah, cool.
Harris
Awesome.
him, of course, but it's all good.
That's all right.
We love you, man. You're awesome. You
Yeah,
look good
thank
too,
you.
by the way. You look
thank
fucking
you.
jacked,
Big
man.
year for you, man.
Yeah.
I feel
Big year.
It. I feel it.
Thank you.
Let that hair fucking go. Let
Yes,
that
sir.
stick out in the back. Fucking tuck your jersey in. Have your fucking style. You look jacked.
You
as
ever
fuck.
ask a blues player for a stick?
Tarasenko.
What are you trying to get at?
Tarasenko.
Yeah.
He give you one?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd give it to you.
Yeah.
And you got 50 more from the trainer and then broke
Yeah.
half of them. And
Give
He
us
goes
some,
through a lot of
give
stuff.
us some sticks.
he's a lefty. Who cares, Andy?
I
You're
know,
a
I
righty.
know,
What's
I know.
wrong with you?
I know.
What are you going to curve
no,
the
I
other
was-
way?
I was
Andy
hitting-
still thinks it's a Milex stick where you could like step on it.
No, I was hitting up. Yeah, I was hitting up Cunnin last night for sticks. Come on, I need.
Yeah,
some,
he's
need
a
some
righty. Get
righties.
that
Yeah.
motherfucker going.
He's
All
the
you guys
only
are
righty
lefties.
out of
Yeah.
all of us.
He's a
is
cool
he?
guy.
Yeah,
I like
you're right.
Cunnin, man. He's a good kid.
Oh, great kid.
Sticks cats.
You guys get together when you're on the road, like
Yeah.
like who? Like you and Trent for sure, right? But have you ever even played against?
Yeah, I
Trent?
haven't played against Trent. Like me and Matthew always do, because he's really. Oh, he's also really close with our co-manager Stan Wilson. Been there since Walt was there, like 2,000 games, something crazy. So he's really close with their family. So we'd always, me and Matthew would always go hang out with him and stuff like that. So yeah, Matthew, Brady as well in Ottawa. So yeah, hopefully
It's fun to go to Ottawa and hang out.
You haven't played Logan yet either.
No, we haven't. Nope.
That'll be fun.
It'll happen.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Logan will be in a good spot.
Oh yeah,
He'll be in a good spot.
He will.
Just nothing,
Yeah.
nothing to do in Ottawa, just so you know. Nothing to do. Brook Street, nothing to do.
All right, all the best, man.
Yeah,
Love you,
thank
buddy.
you
Thanks for
very
coming in,
much.
dude. You look good,
you
man.
Too. Thank you.
All right, that was Clayton Keller doing his thing.
Good kid.
What stood out to you? His Porsche, his house.
Oh no, his fucking he's built, dude. Like he looks pretty cut up, man. Like he's fucking solid as a rock. He looks bigger. He said he's 180, but he looks bigger than that. He looks big. He has no fat on him. He's got muscle. He's busting his ass. He's paying money, fucking $5,000 a month for a fucking chef. Like he's doing everything right. Like he needs more attention. Like he needs to. Like he's kind of stuck down there a little bit, and that's fine. But that dude's a superstar, man. And he's going to get his game on this year, and he's going to fucking show everybody what's up. He's going to have his hair flowing in the fucking wind, too. I told him not to cut that mug. He's going to look good. He's going to do his thing, and he's busting his ass this summer, and you guys are going to see a breakout season from him.
No, he does look great, man. And he's got the skill to go along with it. You know, it's just like about finding your way. You know, I don't care. Like, I always wonder, Cam, like when you're a young player, you know, like when do you truly get comfortable? I mean, it's like, I used to hear all the time, especially for like defensemen. Like sometimes like it takes 300 games to play before you truly find yourself as an NHL player, as a defenseman, like when you're playing big time minutes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some of these young kids come in nowadays. Obviously, some kids are special and it doesn't take that long.
Here's how it happens. Let me tell you. You dominate juniors and you're fucking cocky as all fuck. And you're like, fucking, I'm the fucking man. I'm the biggest pimp in the locker room. I just signed for some money. Da-da-da. You're in college and you're drafted and all of a sudden they want to sign, blah, 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 blah. You're the fucking man. You can do whatever you want. And then you get in that goddamn NHL dressing room and you got some big dick motherfuckers walking around like, whoa, what? I did the same shit as you. What? Where are you at now? So it humbles you and you got to build that confidence back up where you were in juniors, where you're dominating juniors. So that's the next step. You're confident until they belittle you because you're in goddamn NHL and you need to figure it out. Then you build it back, boom, boom, back up. Now, Clayton, he dominated, and he's kind of going back and forth, but he needs to find that ceiling, that confidence ceiling. But you go through weird things when you're young, man. You dominate, dude. You get humbled in that fucking NHL locker room right quick.
I always wonder, like, because he's been in Arizona. I mean, he's not, like, blessed. Like, I mean, a guy like Trent Frederick, who's got veteran after veteran after veteran after veteran to, like, learn from.
Yep.
I mean, even guys who aren't there anymore, like David Backes and some of these guys, man. You know, like, I mean, even a guy like Charlie Coyle, man, he's been there for a long time. I mean, there's just guys he can learn from. Like for Clayton, it's been a different situation. I know they had like Derek Stepan,
he mentioned
Oliver
a couple
Ekman Larson.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got some guys. I mean, there's no doubt.
But there's not that Keith Kachuk. There's not that fucking Chara. There's not that Bergie. There's not that David Backes. There's not, these old Kevin Bieksa. I'm just trying to think of guys that we had. Like a guy that can see.
No, but like even Matthew Kachuk, right? Like a Giordano, for example.
Oh, God, yes. Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Or Lucic, who will talk to you about it. Like, it just, like you have that guy that's just been there. He's won a cup. He's on this. Like maybe Clayton doesn't have that yet. But eventually you got to be just that guy. And now he's 5 years into it, right, Andy? So now he's in that weird spot where he's still young, but he's more of a veteran than a lot of those guys, probably. And he's just in that weird, awkward spot. But in a couple more years, this is going to be his year where he's the older guy, although he's not. But you could be young and still be the older guy on the team because your confidence level's there. And they rely on you for everything. First power play unit. This, that, and the other. You're scoring a big goal. You're taking the face off at 30 seconds ago down by one or up by one or whatever the case is. And now you're cruising in the back of the bus and you're sitting there and you're part of the meetings with the older guys or whatever the case is. You could be that guy at a young age. He just needs to take that next step and have that confidence. But in order to do that, Andy, you just got to go have a good year. You have to have a good year. Be a fucking warrior. Blocking shots, doing your shit, sitting in the back of the bus, talking to this, that. Now you're the older guy. Now you walk in that locker room. Like he's still in that in-between stage. Am I making sense with this?
Yeah, he still had like a guy like Phil Kessel is there. I don't know how
I don't know how that's going to do
with all the guys and whatever. I don't know if Phil's looking to be like a mentor. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. He's fun and funny, but
yeah,
is he Jamie Langenbrunner that's going to sit you down and humble your fucking ass? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's important for a young player to have that.
Saying.
I mean, so anyway, so I listen, we talked about Logan, whatever. I feel like Keller is primed to like truly like bust out again, even though he kind of is established in a way. I think there's another level for him to get to, and I think
I agree. I completely agree with you, and that's what it is.
Well, now that he's been on the podcast, he's
that's how that. Either you get hired or you dominate.
One or the other.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, hey, man, I think we'd be remiss one more time just to give our best to the Hayes family. I believe the day we're recording this today is the day of the actual funeral mass.
Yep.
And again, man, we're thinking about everybody, all his friends, all his family, the outpouring of support for his wife and his family. I mean, this shows you how many people respected and truly loved Jimmy Hayes, man. So again,
oh my God,
today's the funeral mass, and again, I don't want to like go through another episode without just again sending our condolences to all and his friends and family. You know?
And of course, missing Curfew and Obi and Uppy and all even the people, but even the people that work that no one talks about, like the people that work for the podcast that knew Jimmy behind the scenes. We love you guys too, man. Like we're thinking about you too, dude. Like you just, I know, man. You probably had an awesome connection with him, being probably a young kid, being a producer of that show, and that Jimmy's so sweet to you, and you're just like, God, this guy played, and he's so nice to me, and it probably just devastated you, man. So we're thinking about you, all you guys, dude. We love you all, man.
And his
love
wife,
you all.
man. His wife is just
of course. God.
Instagram stories out and stuff. So.
I know, but I like seeing him. It makes me cry, but fuck that. I need to see it, and I love it. And we're all in this together. Again, all you hockey, man, we have such a tight-knit community. I know it sounds fucking corny, but it's so goddamn true. Yeah. And I don't think any other sports quite like what we are, to be honest with you. Like we talk to everybody, Andy. Everybody calls. It's a good thing that we have in the NHL community, not even NHL, the hockey community, American League, East, doesn't fucking matter. We're all in it together.
Hey, well said. Now you're always bashing Arizona. I feel like you're always bashing the Coyotes. Like after talking
escrow.
After talking to Clayton, though, like I think you understand. Like it's a pretty sick ass place to live, man.
Yeah, it's a sick place to live. I don't like the atmosphere, homie. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're gonna live on a mountaintop. Fine. You could do that in Denver. You could do it. You could always have a house in the summertime there. I'm not talking about where you live. I don't give a fuck about the golf. I care about walking on that ice and having motherfuckers love you and fucking have passion like the 3 hundos in St. Louis with all the good old boys up there fucking buying shit, yelling and screaming, going crazy, sitting in the goddamn parking garage, getting their fucking minds right, coming in. Yeah, old school cats. That's what I want. I want to walk on that ice and have people go, oh, God, I feel this. Oh, I'm going to fuck somebody up tonight. Or I'm going to score a goal. Oh, I want to do something because that energy's there. It ain't there. It's not there. And it hasn't been there for a long time.
You think players are jealous of other players around the league who play in that environment like you're talking about?
Hell yeah. You kidding me?
Some guys probably don't care. But
you kidding me? Being on NHL fucking 2021 for 8 years in a row, Austin Matthews. Like, why do you think that is? Like, just shit like that, dude. Clayton Keller plays for fucking Toronto. He's bigger than Nylander. Oh. Nylander gets talked about everywhere. Hey, fucking videos and shit.
Let me say this about Keller, too, because I do know his game a little bit. He needs to play with a legitimate scorer. Like, if he played with like an Austin Matthews, and there's a lot of guys that would fall in that category because Matthews is the best goal scorer in the game right now, along with Ovi. But if he played with a legitimate scorer, people would truly appreciate what he brings to the table, man. Like he's never really had that. He hasn't had like an elite goal scorer to play with, dude. He needs that.
I know. I'm just saying, like, I just want. I don't like to see a team in NHL. And I'm not saying the Phoenix fans are bad. I just think that they don't know how to. They're just doing something wrong.
Well, dude, you know what it is. It's a location.
It's a location. Well, they're fine. That's something wrong. But my point is, it's like it's not. God damn, man! Like playing in front of hardcore fans, it's just so bad. The Devils were pretty fucked. Like it's tough to get a ticket to the Devils. It's expensive, but man, I felt that energy, dude. Like and then fuck St. Louis, of course, would come build with us when I got traded here, and Osh and Perron, EJ and Bax, all these guys. Like, dude, they pumped us up so fucking much in this town, dude. And everywhere we went, we felt like just like we were just walking on water. Like if maybe that's a bad thing, but like when you went on the ice, I'm like, oh, you felt the energy. And I know it's different for me because my buddies were there and I'm from here, but damn, Osh felt it. They all did. Like it was crazy. Andy, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Were Devils players like jealous of the Rangers players because they got to play in MSG?
No, when you play for the Devils, you're winning. Nah, you're winning, dude. You're fucking winning.
Well, back then.
No, well, it's 2003. Like you're still in a winning atmosphere.
You missed the cup years, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I was drafted in 02.
You went to the final in 12.
Yeah. Went to the final in 12, lost to LA. They were awesome. Covey was hurt. Marty had a pulled bicep, I believe. Like they just beat us, dude. They had the defense. They were really good. We were the favorites in that, I believe. That was a miserable time for me on so many different levels. Everybody's like, what do you mean you're just was a lot of internal things that I brought on myself, and I was kind of going through this. Oh God. But I had good support system there, man. Eric Bolton, everybody. Oh, look. Man, they had me give a speech in front before they went out for the games, Andy. That was hardcore in itself.
Well, that's got to be fun. I mean, it's not like
but when they don't laugh at you, right before the game, and you're trying to be funny, and everybody's like, "Okay, Cam," like, "Oh God," then they lose, and you're like, "Oh, yay."
Keller's living the life, though, man. He's living in Austin Matthews' house. He's got the chef, like we mentioned. He's got that Porsche 911, baby. He's living the life, man, on Camelback Mountain. Doing his thing.
Camel Toe Mountain. He's doing his thing.
What?
Camel Toe Mountain?
Oh, Camel Toe.
Jesus, Andy.
Camelback. I didn't hear you say that.
Might be. Sorry.
Yeah, no wonder they didn't laugh at you in the line. You get stupid ass jokes like that. See?
What? No, yeah, exactly. Yep, you're right.
Camelback. You ever seen Camelback Mountain?
Yeah, I know what it is.
Get out there. It's different than like the mountains, like up in like
Yeah,
there's a mountain community. That's like more.
They're
like,
about 2,000 feet in the air instead of
those are like desert mountains. You know what I'm saying?
Desert mountains aren't as big.
They got that wild boar in there though, man. You got to watch out for those wild pigs, man.
Fuck that. You got to watch out for them rattlesnakes, homeboy.
Oh hell yeah, that too.
Oh boy,
dude, the wild boar, they'll fuck you up.
They'll fuck you up too. A lot of kings back in the 1500s died from wild boar.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Yes, they did. They went wild boar hunting, and they had big ass fucking tusks, and they'd stick these motherfuckers, dude, and you bleed out.
Really?
It's like Game of Thrones.
They have like is it like a horn on top of their head? Like what is it?
No, they got husks, like a fucking elephant. The snore.
You mean like a snout?
A tusk out of their snout. Yeah, a tusk out of their snout. Look in Texas. They take these helicopters and they hire people with helicopters to go to these farms in Texas and get their motherfucking AK, or no, not AK, AR-15s, I'm sure. And they go, bah, 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 and they fly these helicopters over and you bam, 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 kill all these goddamn boars because they like mutate, man, and they reproduce like fucking rabbits, and they're everywhere, and they tear up your lawn, they tear up everything, dude, and they kill them. You hire people to kill them on fucking badass helicopters in Texas, dude.
Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but like we appreciate you sharing that story.
Oh, good.
Which part of Texas?
All over the place.
Really?
They're on the middle, central Texas, West Texas, because that's more desert area. West Texas is like fucking barren, dude. And they have
West
these
Texas,
people.
Like everything goes down in West Texas.
Get all boys down there. But they got big farms and shit. And it's really pretty. Big sky. Like, fuck, it's cool, man. I love Texas, dude. I live there.
I like Texas.
It's my top 5 state. Texas, Colorado.
Is it?
Yes, it is. 100%.
Austin's 100%. Cool town. You ever been to Austin?
Badass. Houston's badass, dude.
Houston's a little big, little.
Dude,
little
you could
gray,
find shit kick. Dallas is badass. You could find shit kicking houses down there. You could buy a big old piece of property down there. Yeah, dude. Texas is cool.
I like Dallas. Houston's a little, a lot of what do they call that when it's in the sky, dude? Like all the fucking nasty shit, pollution, dude. A lot of pollution.
Okay, Andy.
A lot of pollution.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. A lot of pollution over there in
New York City's got pollution. Like, if you're in Houston, I'm not living downtown. I'm going to live in the outskirts. I don't live downtown in East City. But Colorado's up there. I love Idaho. Missouri. I do love Missouri, man. It's an awesome place to live. Not in St. Louis, but out the outskirts are cheap and schools are good.
Give me 2 more.
North Carolina. Florida. I live in Florida. Although hurricanes scare me and it's hillbilly. Hey, all you fans out there, do me a favor. This is kind of funny. Go on Google and type in Florida man and then type in your birthday, like just a day, like mine's April 15th, and then see what pops up. And it'll be like, Florida man choked his wife out with a rattlesnake and then ate her body. Like crazy fucking shit in Florida. Yeah. It's a hillbilly Amazon.
I'd live in Washington State. I'd live in Oregon.
Yeah,
Colorado.
I'm not gonna live. It's too Colorado, damn right, dude. Arizona too.
Maine, Arizona, Vermont.
Well, Vermont's very expensive. Like I got to take everything in. So North Carolina, you could find bad. I live in South Carolina. I don't know if I want to go past north of the Washington D.C. corridor because of the expense avenue of things. Now Maine is goddamn beautiful. Now, I live upstate New York but it's very expensive. Upstate New York is beautiful, man. But I like the Midwest, Andy. It's a lot cheaper. But Colorado could be my number one. Texas, North Carolina, Florida, Idaho.
All right, listen, we appreciate Clayton Keller for joining us on this edition. Don't forget, people, go to camandstrick.com. Check out all the merchandise. Hook it up. Black River Digital doing a great job with all of that. Michael Dane, the Great Dane, we'll give him a shout out. Anybody out there looking to revamp their website, build a website, check out the Great Dane, Michael Dane. All his information is right there on the Cam and Strick website, camandstrick.com. We've got some great new sponsors coming on board too. We're going to announce a lot of those coming up in the next few episodes. We got some great things happening, man. So again, check out the merchandise, and thanks for supporting all of our sponsors. We've got some new ones coming your way too, that we some exciting announcements that we'll have over the course of the next few episodes. All right, the Cam and Strick Podcast, as always, brought to you by CarShield and carshield.com. 800-857-2481. Mention that promo code CAM. You're going to save 10%. Again, you never know when shit's going to go down. Make sure you're protected. Get that membership, structure it long, structure it short, however you want it, with CarShield and carshield.com. You never know when something's going to go down. Make sure you're protected. Of course, Daredevil Hockey, as always, the ultimate protection for hockey players. Skate lacerations, man, it's scary, scary stuff. Use that promo code Cam and Strick. You're going to save a boatload of money. Get it now. Youth hockey seasons have already begun. Hockey season is here, which is kind of crazy. Training camps around the NHL are set to open in just a couple of weeks as well. So make sure your kid, son, daughter, you're an adult league player, it's good for you. If you're a Leo, it's good for you too.
Yeah.
So
dipshit.
Dipshit.
I'm sorry. I don't mean like that, but you know what I'm talking about. That I don't want even the dipshits that come out like the Leos. I still want them to be protected. Yeah. Although they're the ones stepping on motherfuckers.
Some people send us like pictures on Instagram, like, "Look, I'm a Leo." Like, people are proud to be a Leo.
No, they'll be proud to be a Leo. Don't because then you're pissing everybody off, and it's just not cool. Just do your part and back check, and don't step on motherfuckers, and don't take stupid slap shots and have your stick hit somebody in the fucking face.
And be ready to go when the puck drops. Right? Be ready to go.
Yeah. Don't be lady like, oh, he's here, and then now the lines are fucked up. God damn.
All right, so Daredevil Hockey. Check it out, daredevilhockey.com. Again, use that promo code Cam and Strick. All right, for everybody affiliated with this edition of the Cam and Strick podcast, for Brody, for Cam Jansen, I'm Andy Strickland. Thanks for all of the support. Hit me up on Cameo. I'm standing by, waiting for the next Cameo. I'd love to give you a birthday shout-out, anniversary, whatever it is, Cam. I'd love to talk about it.
Yeah, I got you, too. We'll check both of us out on Cameo, and you pick and choose who you want and who you think is going to do a better job.
Yes.
I mean, it's just that simple. I support both of us. I want Andy to make money because I love his kids. So support Andy. Yeah, he'll do a good job for you. It's all good.
All right. Until next time, thanks for listening to the Cam and Strick Podcast.
Love you guys.